anything? Welcome to the stream. We're playing D&D tonight. That's all I got.
For all those watching?
For all the zero people. All the
You've
zero
had
people.
hours to practice.
God damn it.
I've let it
All
down.
right. So let's do some night activity here.
James, are you on your couch right now?
I'm in a basement layer of another person's house.
Nice.
Dog and house sitting.
Nice.
Sweet.
But yes, I am on a couch in a basement. It's a nice basement though. I don't know if I can. I think I've played here before. I can't really. Yeah, it's like there's a sweet TV over there.
Oh, I can't see no video.
Oh well.
Refresh.
Oh, you can't see us?
No, I'm refreshing and I'm gonna see if.
But I wore my lipstick and everything.
I'm not saying anything.
It's probably for the best. Lipstick and everything.
Probably
Yeah,
totally
why
is.
can we never see
Oh, there we are.
Rickvy or Kara?
Because
They
I don't have
choose
my thing on.
to not be seen.
Because I do not have a camera.
Because
They
I don't have.
choose.
Or
Whatever,
webcam
you
for
guys
that.
are just shy.
Not have
Yeah. Also lazy. Because.
also internet anonymity and stuff.
This guy.
What are you? Are you famous?
Anonymity. I'm not famous. It's just
Not
that I-
super famous.
no.
I
I'm
have a
not
fan.
famous. It's just
Big
value
brother is
my
always
privacy.
around.
Well, it is, and I'm trying my best to block myself off of him.
That's a good plan.
Nice plans.
I can see you off.
He's
So then-
watching you.
Oh yeah.
I have rolled to see what transpires during this. So you guys just set up a little camp right on that ledge then. So then
Yeah, we just like fucking paused the fuck out because we did.
during this, so you guys
Yeah.
set up a little camp right on
I had no choice.
Yeah.
Alright. Aside from some far off wolf howling and whatnot, and the bear grumbling during the night as it just kind of sits there, and from some
I cuddle him.
far off, nothing else happens.
Cool.
Oh, thank
So
fucking
you
god.
can gain the effects of your long rest.
Nice.
Sweet dealio.
Hey.
And oh, I better get. I think I used all my potions of healing. Or did I keep one back? No, I think I kept one back and I just stabilized him. That's right. Cool.
Oh yeah, a good question, Shane. Once you're finished recording the thing, does it keep a video of it?
Yeah, it'll be up on Twitch.
Oh, that's awesome. I can use it as a reference.
Yeah, it's on Twitch TV right now. This is my first streaming of like the browser and stuff, so I don't know how the audio is gonna turn out, but we'll see.
That's fine. It just means I can keep fewer notes, which I like. Because I'm really bad at that.
Yeah, you and me both. You and me both.
This is just evidence against us, thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
So Shane, you get all your hit points back. And why do you only have 15 hit points? Let's see.
Was that from the fight with the warg?
Well, no, I just mean he should have gained a level, but he hasn't yet. I think maybe he missed that session.
Yeah,
He
was
did,
here
yeah.
last.
Oh, yeah.
So, Shane, you can choose to either gain 10 hit points, or you can roll a d12 and add your constitution modifier to it to see if you get more than that or less.
Permanent.
I'll
So you have 10 or a chance to get 15 or less.
I'll take the 10.
Pussy.
You need 12 to roll. Why don't you roll?
What if I roll a 1?
Oh yeah,
And
but
we laugh at you.
Alright, fine, I'll roll. Which one is it?
It's a d12.
D12 plus 4?
I think it's plus 3 for him.
Plus 3.
Bet weak.
Oh!
Oh, God.
So your total goes up by 9 instead
Why
of 10.
didn't you roll, bro?
That's why.
it's usually better to roll a d12 than to not.
Now he got a 6. Is that plus? So it's 9.
Yeah, it's +3 because his Constitution is 16. So your hit point maximum goes from 15 to 24. So on your sheet, you should have a little entry for that.
So it's only a loss of 1. That's not bad.
He's still pretty beefy.
Yeah, he is.
Still cool. Still cool.
So then,
Oh.
as it does, the sun rises in the morning. You know, flocks of birds fly overhead, and you guys have your little camp.
What's the weather like?
It's pretty clear. There's some clouds in the sky, but it's a nice sunny day.
Nice.
Warm.
No chance of storms.
It's like a 10% chance of precipitation right now.
What direction is the breeze coming from?
The pressure is falling. The breeze is heading out of the east because again, you guys are kind of in this like hilly canyon area. With the mountains on the other
Any
side.
particular smells
Oh, yeah.
in the area that we can smell?
Bear.
Just
Death.
yeah, just the gamey like scent of a bear, and he's just kind of wandering around. And he seems to be looking for something to eat, but there's not much to be had around here.
It's like
It's
dead
massive.
Etten and dead lion.
Yeah.
Now that I've regained consciousness, is that body still over there?
Like
Joshua.
the giant Etten body.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Can I inspect it? Look at the weapons and whatever.
Yes, he has a very large morning star, and then on the other hand, he was carrying a very large battle axe. Too big to wield for someone of your size. I mean, if you did, you would have disadvantage to attack.
Oh, that's right. And while you guys were
However-
out, I already looked at his satchel and like sort of gently, I've tucked that away, so it's no longer there.
But if you will remember, since you're a barbarian, you could rage, and it would negate the disadvantage if you did reckless attack. For example,
Yeah.
these weapons do 2d8 damage each.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
What is it, like bludgeoning?
Well, the axe is slashing, and the morning star is piercing because it has all little spikies on it.
I mean, the difference between 2d8, 2d6 is kind of negligible. At
If you
the
say
at the
so.
at the cost of, having to be raged each time.
Raged and reckless.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
you
Plus,
guys.
that wouldn't have worked when I wanted to gouge the guy's eyes out.
Yeah, you'd be back to disadvantage.
No, I'll pass. I'll try to pick it up and
It's
just
heavy.
feel it.
It's like
Yeah.
30 pounds.
Oh, poorly made stuff. I'll just chuck it.
I'm
Okay.
like spooning the bear when I wake up.
Who's your new friend? And I'll come over and just try to pat him on the head.
He lets
Like-
you. He's mostly tame because again, he is somewhat under magical command.
And I'm really charismatic, guys.
Yeah.
Mostly
I've
tame,
had his
huh?
little paw in it. Sorry, Shane, you're really quiet.
Am I?
Turned him way up, but still.
How about
what's
how
happening
about
with
now?
This new
That's
mic.
better.
It's better.
You're better.
Thanks.
Aw.
You guys need a private room?
You don't care where we do it.
That's true. So then, you have breakfast. You take care of your ablutions and whatnot,
Okay.
Yep.
and the
Do
world
that
is your
daily.
oyster.
By the way, thanks for that tip, because I do have this out of character the stream on my phone to see what's up, and it's good. So I was hella
What's
quiet.
up?
See ahead
You
of the
didn't update
future.
your hit points. Man.
Oh, that's right. My bad. I was
It's
too
okay.
I was too busy trying to be a Twitch streamer, bro.
Buddy.
You're trying to get them
I'm trying to
followers.
be famous.
He's too busy being famous.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, you guys are gonna
God
be
almighty.
you guys are gonna be famous.
Did I guys tell you my nickname for him is Hollywood Shane Nelson?
Oh, so
He's
I
got
was.
his own like wrestling intro too.
Yeah, Hollywood. He's got the dark glasses and the 5 o'clock shadow
So I got 19 hit.
painted on.
Yeah.
So I got 19 hit points now.
More than that. You had 15, so it goes up to. Oh, I see what you mean. You
24.
add them to the 10, but you had a long rest, so you're actually maxed out. So you should be 24 of 24 right now.
Okay.
So are we playing it like Bjorn was with us the whole time, or was he just wandering around and he just sort of come and found us and be like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
I went.
Yeah, anytime he's not around, we're just gonna say that he was just kind of in the background.
I was.
Shit, punching things.
I was in the background watching from a distance, make sure there's no one on our, the back.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome. Sure, sure. Oh, sure, you betcha.
Sure. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Sure. So Gareth's just gonna wake up, look at the blood on his robes, look to the Etten, look to Bjorn, just slowly taking the scene in. Oh yes, that's what happened.
I'm like
So-
rebraiding my beard just because it's got blood in it. Trying to brush that out.
Yeah, there's no stream nearby or anything, so.
No.
I get the feeling Kara's having trouble remembering what happened, so I grab the Etten by one of its heads and I drag it over and I say, Look, Kara, I cast blindness!
Wow. That
Ugh.
surely is impressive. I
I'm
guess.
just
Remember, right? You just saved our lives. Impressive for that.
Oh, anytime, friend.
Well, let's make haste. We need to go back into that shaft and check out where the recipe is that we're searching for.
yeah. But we got pretty messed up going down there like once and we didn't even get very far. And now we're like out of healing potions just about.
Oh well, there's worse
But I
things.
don't want to leave Leo down there, so I guess we've got to go in and find another way out.
Oh, yeah, your kitty cat.
I know!
Yes. Well, let's make haste.
At least now we're all rested up, sort of, even though I've got this hella crick in my back, sleeping on rocks.
No worries. It'll go away after like 4 or 5 years of sleeping on hard, cold ground.
That's really good to know. Thanks.
As Kara walks with a limp and a, bent back.
I just thought he was old.
Well, his back is strangely straight. For
No,
that
he's
matter.
only 22. He's been out.
He's just had a hard life.
No, he's old, but he seems to be walking fine. Mostly.
Mostly.
He's
Uh.
used to a rough life in the desert.
Yeah.
Alright.
Nomads.
I feed my bear, whose name is Urta. His name is Urta, by the way.
Oh,
You
nice.
needed to know that. I feed him some of my jerky rations and give him a pat.
Oh yeah, he definitely greedily eats.
Just about takes my hand off.
How you spell his name?
Hang on, I'll type it. There.
Oh, I see.
Mm.
It's like you're saying Ursa, but you have a lisp.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a hot. Yeah. It's said like that. Does that make sense?
All right, he seems very happy after eating as much as you'll give him, basically.
Oh, cool. I love him. I'm gonna scratch him behind his ears. And then
Just kind
tell
of
him,
shakes his head.
buddy, we're gonna go underground for a while. Do you want to stick around? I mean, you can wander anywhere you like. I don't mind, but it would be nice to know that you're up here when we come back up.
You
By the
know
way.
by the magic of the bag of tricks that he will do whatever you ask him to do, pretty
I know, but I'm trying to
much.
be a friend. I just take it to mean that he wants to. And I start stretching, doing like touch my toes, crosswise, limbering up for the day.
All right. He just kind of watches you.
I give him some more jerky, and then we start making our way back down to the hole.
Sounds great.
Oh, I forgot to add my name first.
Crawl, you're not fully healed either, are you?
No, I'm 7 points shy. No, 5 points shy.
But you guys took a long rest, so you're maxed out now.
Yeah, but you told me I have to use 2 dice to do that, right?
Before the rest.
Oh, yeah, I
So
didn't
you
use it at
used-
all.
Well, if something had happened in the night, you would have been glad to have those hit points for sure. However, now it's a new day, so after the long rest is over, you get all of your hit points and 1 hit die back.
Okay.
Sweat.
Take your points, brother.
Fucking A. Heal up, motherfucker.
Oh look.
Sweet. Right. God. Okay.
So
Oh, where's Leo? I wanted to bring him down also, like, part of the Eton in case he wanted to eat some Eton meat.
Okay,
Leo's
so you
dead.
chop off some chunks of like a haunch or something?
Yep. Yeah, and I tried to scoop up one of the eyeballs because they're, like, nice and the jelly meat for big kitties.
Yeah, the candied eyeballs.
Wait a minute. I can find them. Locate objects.
It's
And
not
I'm
an
gonna-
object.
Yes, the spell does
is.
not function because he's not an object.
He is an object. He's not even real.
He
Yeah,
is
they
real.
are for all intents and purposes real animals.
He's
That's
a legitimate
mean.
creature.
They are created by the bag, but they are real creatures.
Well, what would I cast then? Locate monster? Locate creature?
Okay, creature.
Alright, well, just pretend I said locate creature.
Shh, shh.
But
Okay, kitty cat.
My immersion.
I put one hand to my temple, and then I use my other hand and point that
So-
way.
So you all just have now come down the chute into the dank, stale ale smelling caves. You look around for signs of Leo, and you see a few tracks kind of wandering around in the dirt. Some of them seem to go to the north, but then the other ones go the other direction as well. Like big cat footprints.
He went this way, friends. Follow me.
You pass by your dead skeletal friend as well.
By the way, I like to torch as well. Again,
Oh,
just
Oh, you with your no vision.
yeah.
Pleb.
He's a normie.
Mhm.
So essentially, if you follow the tracks, yeah, they lead north from here.
Oh,
So
you went
to
back
the
up that way.
up that tunnel.
So these are just the tracks of where we went
Of the
last
button.
time, or what?
Yeah,
Possibly.
we just found like our way around.
It is
I'm
possible.
I'm just gonna stand
That's
here, actually.
smiling.
I'm gonna go back to here actually, as it occurs to me that we went up here with him, and I'm just gonna whistle. See, be like Leo, like trying
Alright.
to stealth whistle, but like it doesn't
Stealth
work.
whistle. That's
Yeah,
a new
because you
one.
can't do that. But in my head, I'm like, I need to like do this quietly.
All right, so your stealth whistle echoes down the hallway.
It's all.
And then a couple of moments later, you hear.
Oh,
But there,
that's
after
creepy.
waiting a few moments, there is no telltale roar or sound of footpads as he approaches. So you don't think that he is nearby.
Mm.
Is there like a resummon ability with these things?
No, you just get a new one.
Yeah, every time you use it, apparently it's a new creature.
Which is freaking rad.
The army of animals.
Okay, I also do not want to be down here by myself, so I am gonna like catch up with the group.
You follow back up to the group.
Sure.
Okay.
It's just,
Where
like,
do the tracks go now?
back to where we were
They
yesterday?
head in the western direction, so in the left.
Yeah, follow
this
Kroll. He knows.
Okay. Oh, so that
Whoa,
might be
whoa.
bad. I remember that. This place, this.
The big holy cavern.
Yeah.
Yeah, something about giant centipedes I recall being rolled for.
Oh yeah.
That was just technical difficulties.
Yep. Sure. Said they will be if they turn up.
Sure. So,
This reminds me vaguely of a place I once drank and had a nice party.
cool.
With big holes going all the way through the ceiling and floor.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to light another torch and drop it down this big hole. See where it goes.
Oh yeah, you can definitely do that.
Cool.
Oh,
shit.
God.
So you can mark
Oh,
off a
God.
torch and you just light it and throw it down there.
So you're using gravity to make an attack on one of these things.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you just kind of hold it over the edge and drop it like a mic, and you see it kind of lights up the walls of the tunnel. And again, you can tell from this map, of course, that it's about 10 feet across. And as it falls down, you're not sure how far, but pretty far. It just kind of it hits like a diagonal arching piece of the tunnel, and then it bounces off into like a side offshoot, like horizontally. But that only appears to have happened around. Well, it's a very small light at this point. It's maybe 70 to 80 feet down.
Oh,
God.
Okay.
And then you look up in the ceiling, and you can see again that there's a matching tunnel through the ceiling that goes off in
boy.
another direction.
Okay.
So,
I'm remembering being here yesterday and that we didn't go much farther than this point we're at now, so I'm gonna sort of scout around the hole and see if there are any lion tracks past that would indicate that Leo has come through here.
All right, make a survival check.
Oh God, I'm gonna get the thing out. Okie dokie. Survival. Alright.
oi.
So yes, you definitely see that there are. He seems to have walked around the hole and then headed to the west out of this cavern.
Okay. I sort of like shrug and beckon to the others. Because I do also remember that when I asked Leo which was the best, well, the least worst smelling way to go, he led us here. So maybe
Sure.
he's
That's
found a
right,
way
you
out.
did.
Remember some shit, y'all.
So, do I notice anything about the diameter of these? Are they all different?
Yeah, a lot of them are smaller. Some of them are very large. But the ones that you see on the map are pretty much all of them.
Okay, so it's not like there's one creature making all these. There's a bunch of them.
Possibly different sized creatures, yeah. Because I believe when you guys looked in one of them, you saw that there were like claw marks all over the walls.
Yep.
So,
We sure did.
while we're walking into here, I'd like to listen for any sort of like vibrations on the ground or things along those lines. Just be careful, you know.
All right, do a perception for me, please.
I will do that. Hold on.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll be keeping a very tense ear out for anything that I would recognize as being sort of out of place normally in an underground situation. Being slightly familiar with them.
You're pretty sure that you listen around the edge of the hole, the big hole, and it's almost as if you can hear like a breeze kind of wafting through. You don't feel it, but it sounds like there's a little bit of a wind blowing down below your feet. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be any activity really.
Oh, that's interesting. Let me just
I'm
mark
just gonna-
that down.
Keep following Leo's tracks.
What are the two barbarian bros doing?
I'm gonna use, I want to keep on guard and use my perception to make sure nothing comes out of the darkness at us.
I attack the darkness.
staring.
Punch it in the face.
I'm staring into the abyss until it stares back at me.
Yeah.
Nice.
I walk over to Kara after remembering seeing all the cool magic. Well, what I thought was magic, and I just kind of whisper to him and I say, like, my Uncle Fester, he taught me something. Do you want to see it?
Sure. It's
All right.
show that to me.
I already marked it on your sheet for you.
Woohoo!
I bend over
Oh god.
with my butt into the hole.
Oh god.
Fractured butthole.
And oh, I'm gonna cast Stinking Cloud, and then I fart as loudly as I can down
my
the tunnel.
God.
Sure.
Of course you do.
I'm going to hurry like here.
It's just loud, like, "Bwah," and it just kind of echoes down the tunnel.
Did it sound like a little bit damp at the end, or?
I couldn't say.
Mother,
I'll leave that up to Kroll Slayer.
I go.
Buddy,
Mother of
that was
a-
more along the lines of Cloud Kill. Oh,
It smells
Kara,
like you
Kara,
ate.
where are you going?
It smells as if you ate the Kraken itself.
Oh dear.
If there's any creatures, it's gonna poison them.
But it
yes.
sure is.
It's gonna.
There are 4
Sure.
creatures in here, so
It's also gonna
Yeah.
It's also gonna notify us of our location. Just follow the smell.
Everybody roll 630 saving throws.
just try to get out of the way of the gas.
Cool. So, where are Leo's footsteps heading?
They head west out of the cavern.
Like
down
all the way
that
this way?
tunnel. Yeah.
Okay.
Go on then. You lead, I follow.
Oh, coming this way. Oh dear.
Yeah, it opens up into a larger chamber. There's no dust or small rocks on the floor. It's all just basically clean. Although, of course, the map looks like it. It's all clean cut stone. But it seems like whatever was in these chambers in the past is long gone. Like whatever the purpose was, you can't tell because there's no furniture or doors or anything.
No doors even.
Seems to be some sort of old part of this dwarven hold.
Almost like an antechamber. There's no signs of bolts or anything on the walls, like things that were affixed.
Any signs that maybe the rocks around us have been stacked in a peculiar way?
The rocks that you see on the map are not actually in this room. The room is completely empty. You look, the ceiling is about 10 feet high, and it appears to be the same. Anything that may have decorated or adorned these chambers is just completely gone.
This is boring.
And the scent of ale is a lot stronger here, like stale, like rotting. Like the cellar of an inn that has been left for years.
Oh, this is where we needed to go, right?
I smell some good ale. I smell grog. Can I use my barbarian senses to exactly detect this direction of this delicious smelling ale?
Yeah, you can perceive. You can roll a perception check to see if you can detect where the smell is coming from.
I'm just following footsteps, or I'm assuming.
So, Rickvi, as you get to where you are now, you can see on the end of the hall the wall that used to be there and the tunnel floor just collapses and it just goes, it's just like a big edge that goes off into darkness.
Yeah.
However, pegged into the ground at the top, there's like never mind. Yeah, you're not quite sure, Bjorn, where anything.
I just noticed.
You just follow.
I have -2 perception. Whoa!
You're not very wise.
Don't ask me anything. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
So here, staked into the ground is like an iron pike with a like a crappy looking rope attached to it, and it just kind of goes down into this big crevasse that goes into darkness below. Across it, you can see that it's just a big wide open space. You're pretty sure that there's a caved-in tunnel on the other side that corresponds to the tunnel that you're in. But it almost looks like an earthquake or something just shook this whole area, and the whole half of this structure fell into it.
Cool.
So interesting, but I haven't noticed any particular earthquake damage in the rooms leading up to it.
Well, the whole place is a little bit run down, but
Yeah.
otherwise, no. Nothing like this.
So it's a hole, but it doesn't look like it was actually made by somebody. It was like naturally made.
It's like a crack opened up in the earth, yeah.
And that's where Leo's footsteps head to, or does he?
Well, actually, as you say that, let me just make some rolls here.
Uh-oh.
Fuck. That's never a good fucking plan. Is he gonna come bounding out of the darkness into my arms?
I need Rickvi and Bjorn to make dexterity saving throws at disadvantage.
Oh
So
no!
after you click it, we'll just take the lower number that shows up.
But I'm not negative to dexterity. Oh, that's not completely hard.
Wow.
Wow.
Not only.
Oh, no.
Fucking balls!
So Sham, like shuffling directly into your direction from this tunnel, moves a
you
big
bastard.
green quivering cube of what you thought initially was just open air, but you notice that it's tinged with green. And in fact,
Ooze.
in this 10-foot by 10-foot cube of basically jello is the preserved skeleton of an entire lion.
Oh
in
no!
It
Oh, Leo!
splashes into both of you, and you are now engulfed.
I angrily throw or attempt to throw the bits of like Eton that I'd saved for Leo. I throw it at it.
You each take 10 points of acid damage, and you can roll initiative.
Shit.
As you guys see, the two of you, Krull and Caraben, you see this thing just kind of squidges out of the tunnel. It's the entire length of the ceiling and floor. It's like 10 feet high on a side, and it just pushes into them and they're engulfed into it, and they're like shoved in beside.
Dude,
and I have to go get one of the dogs real quick.
This is not my.
No, you're cool.
Wow.
This is not my game. Not only I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm walking into fucking jello and shit.
We just walked into a fucking ooze.
Look at my dexterity. That thing came out of nowhere. I'm just like, ugh.
You guys don't happen to have a bag of holding on you, do you?
No, sorry.
Because you could just open that up.
That would be
Really?
really cool.
No
But no.
thought of that. But that's such hilarious. Just like filling the whole gelatinous cube.
Is that...
Ooze.
That's hilarious.
I'm really sad about Leo. I've killed 2 lions. Oh, poor bear. I've left him out there all alone in the world.
Inside,
gonna die as
inside,
well.
I yelled a cruel. Help me, brother.
Wow.
Yeah, you two
That
are both
was
kind of floating, suspended in these things.
I've got my
This-
arms crossed. I look really
only
like petulant. I like hurt, but petulant. I'm pissed off.
So it's Caraben's turn.
Okay.
We all rolled like shit.
I'll just draw my crossbow. And
I mean, it makes
use
sense
my-
to roll like shit if you're inside the cube.
Yeah. Then I'll use one side point to teleport 20 feet. Whoops. What am I doing? To here. Like, no, like to the wall, and then I'll just shoot it.
You use your nomad ability to like kind of teleport
Yeah.
there? Okay.
Yeah, I'll just do that and then shoot it.
So you kind of, what does it look like when you use that? Do you just wink out of existence in one place and appear in the other?
Yeah, it's just a blink. I basically do no bodily movement for that, other than like, I don't know, probably like a flourish just to boom, and then just like a cloud of dust appears.
Bamf?
Yeah.
There's a bamf sound?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nightcrawler.
And then, wait, I need to roll for attack.
That definitely hits. And
Wow.
Oh shit.
as the bolt hits this thing, it just kind of slows, and it creates a big hole inside of it that the goop sort of sloshes out onto the floor. But it doesn't appear to have done too much damage.
Okay.
So then, those of you who are engulfed,
Mm.
let's see.
I want
You
to do.
may try to escape, making a strength check.
Can I use my superpower? What is that thing again?
You can enter a Barbarian Rage, and in
Fuck
fact,
yeah!
that will give you
Holy
advantage on the
shit.
check to escape. Oh, well, it was a strength check, but that's good enough.
Did
A natural 20.
Did Rickvy tear it apart?
Well, I mean,
Just
No,
any
I'm
kind of
just,
strength check,
wrench
like
toe out.
athletics.
No, click.
well, I should have actually allowed Krull to go first. I forgot that we're still.
In order.
I got a little overzealous with the information. So, actually, what we'll do is this: we'll have this thing attack Krull. Okay, hits AC 23.
Miss.
So a big green like pseudopod just kind of forms out of the side of this thing and slaps into you. And it's basically the side of your whole body. It kind of presses you against the wall. It deals you 5 points of bludgeoning damage from the force, and then you start to burn as you see that it's sizzling into you with acid as it slams into you, splashing all over. So you take 5 points of bludgeoning and 11 points of acid damage.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
Oh, and make a Constitution save, please.
I don't like Jello anymore.
A green jello, anyway.
You are unaffected otherwise. But now it's your turn to crawl.
Seeing that Bjorn is closest,
You
I'm
try to grab him?
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and pull my my staff and kind of stick it into the gelatinous cube so he can grab it and try to pull him out.
Okay.
Would that be a strength check?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my inspiration from last session to hopefully gain advantage.
Okay. Absolutely. You easily manage to just kind of like move up to the side and push the battering ram in behind Bjorn, and then you just kind of like force it out the one side, and he pops out onto the floor.
Oh my! Oh god!
And Krull, you can also move if you like. However,
does he get
there's not many-
advantage?
Yeah, there's not many places to move.
Yeah, if he gets advantage, if he gets a swipe on me, I don't want to move.
Yeah, it probably would. It seems poised to hit you again. So in that case, it is Bjorn's turn. Your buddy got you out of there. Make me a Constitution save, please, Bjorn.
Okie dokie, artichoke. Let's see.
Artichoke.
All right, you're fine. You're covered in green goo. You have been slimed, and it stinks. Like this is the source of the smell in this place. It reeks of ale.
By Malgas beard, this is not ale that I smell. And I cast some Barbarian Rage. I want to get into a Barbarian Rage. Strike this thing with a what is that? Throw an axe
A big
at it.
axe, I believe. Yeah.
Great axe.
The great axe.
1d12 plus 4.
Be +6 right now, I think,
What?
That's
because he's enraged. All right. So this thing starts to quiver as it takes damage. You just hack a chunk out of it.
Hurrah!
You almost hit Rickvy in the process, but you managed to like swing the blade away at the last moment. It's very easy to hit because it's essentially the size of the entire tunnel. And then
Nice.
Rickvy rolls a natural 20 on her strength check to
Fucking
get out.
enraged at the
Pops out.
death of my kitty cat. It's like,
Yeah, it's just kind of hovering there in front of you. It looks like he was mid-leap
oh.
when he was engulfed, and he's just all bone now. There's nothing left of him.
Oh,
You
the
also see that
chills.
there are some metal items floating around in there, as well as like tiny pieces of other bones. There's like coins, gems, a couple of knives, a rake.
A rake.
Yeah,
Classic.
just a rake
He was doing
floating around.
yard work before he did
Do
So-
I need to con save?
Well, yes, you do actually, with advantage because you're a dwarf, of course.
Thank you. Fucking
Yes.
A!
Wow.
So it's a good thing. All right.
Yeah.
So you can now. That was your action to get out. So you can choose to move, but again, if you try to move away from this thing, it will probably lunge out at you with another pseudopod.
What am I gonna do? Let me do. Is lay on hands a bonus action or an action? It's an action, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You won't be able to do it this turn.
Yeah. I am. Then I'm pretty much just going to like tough guy wipe some gelatinous cube off my fucking face, throw
Alright.
it to the floor, and just like hold out my clenched fists and roar at it, and that's pretty much me done.
Okay. So then it's
Yes.
Caravan's turn.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Did the arrow I shoot? It didn't seem as effective as it should have been.
No, I wouldn't say that. It punched a hole in it, and it's just kind of
Oh.
floating inside of the thing now. It
Okay.
still damaged it, yes.
Hope it's not like a
Okay.
Katamari. It's just gonna get bigger.
Oh well, I'll just shoot it again because I can.
All right.
Over here.
That will hit.
Okay.
So again, it is in fact almost as if it's the broadside of a barn, so you can hit it with very low attack rolls.
Also,
And yet again, the bolt sinks into this thing, and it just kind of hovers there in midair. You can see that this thing, although it's tinged green, it is almost completely transparent, which is likely why none of you spotted it when you entered this chamber.
okay.
However, now, let's see.
Well, I have a question. I need to use my bonus action to reload every time. Yes.
No, you can still reload it as part of your attack roll.
Ah, awesome.
It just means that you can only fire one per turn. That's what a loading weapon is.
Ah, okay. That's good to know. Then.
So this thing attempts to surge forward and engulf the barbarian and the paladin yet again. As it does, you guys have a choice to make. You can make one melee attack against it, or you could try to dive out of the way.
No, fuck it. I'm gonna attack it.
I'm gonna attack it too.
Okay.
I've dealt with bigger and better than you. You big, green, ugly, gel-looking, smelly. I hate you! Ah!
I'm just yelling at it.
He is definitely enraged. Ah, that's a hit. Oh, that's right. You're using the
Damn fucking right I am.
the beer axe thing.
The bear
Okay.
axe. Yes, I have the bear axe.
So you attack it. The bear axe or the beer axe?
Yeah, both.
All right. 10 points of slashing damage. And Bjorn also deals. In fact, he deals 14 points of slashing damage because he's enraged.
Whoa.
Show off.
However, the bad news is it engulfs both of you.
Yeah, whatever.
Again, very feeling. Save me, brother.
Oh, damn it.
And each of you takes another 10 points of acid damage.
Oh, I'm on the ground. Well, I'm not on the ground. I'm in the cube and I'm just like gone.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
you're
bad.
unconscious?
I look at
Yep.
Perfect.
I look at Rick V and I go, "Do you come here often?"
I'm
No
unconscious.
response.
So, I mean, that's half of the course when you're using that line, or what?
Crawl the magical.
Am I also unconscious? I don't think so. I'm just chilling.
No, you're not.
Does it look like he is heavily damaged or what?
The cube?
Yeah, or moderately?
It's definitely starting to melt from the top. You can see that the goo is starting to just discorporate itself, and it's quivering a lot more than it normally would before.
Do you have any sort of
It's
base,
got some big
like
flashes out of
milk?
it.
Pour milk on it. It's a base for an acid. So.
Yeah, pour milk on it. Anybody have any milk?
Seeing my
No, I don't think so.
seeing my friends engulfed again, I'll just I'll scream up into the air, Arcane Fury, which is my Barbarian Rage.
Nice.
And then I'll cast Sword Spell and take a huge swing out of this thing in an area that hopefully Bjorn is not in.
With your ram, you just kind of go behind and just smack it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna smack it on the ass.
Tap that ass.
Little
Ram
ram
that ass.
smack. That is sufficient to deal 15 points of bludgeoning damage. So you take a big swath out of the back of this thing, and you see it quivers and it sloshes, and the two of them are just kind of like floating around inside of it. But it still does not stop moving.
Oh.
Bjorn, you can once again attempt a strength check to escape.
Just a strength check, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, you just so when I say strength check, all you would do is click on strength, not strength saving throw.
Oh, up there.
So right above where it says 4 on your sheet. You still a success regardless because it came up on the die, but yeah, you definitely. So you can put yourself in any 5-foot square close to where you are outside of the thing.
I come kind of like stumbling out. I kind of do like a little like backspin and bam, land right there against the wall. That's a wall.
Well, you'd be right in front of it.
But yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah, right there.
All right, you managed to get out, and again, you're covered in this green goop. And make a Constitution save this time. So this one you do save.
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo. Put some money in the doo-doo jar. All right, you're fine. You can feel as you get out of it. It's like it was in your. It's like when you're underwater and you're like unconsciously trying to breathe, so you inhale a lot of it, and you feel a little bit dizzy, almost like you've just drank like 6 beers, but you shake it off.
Shake it off, and all the gods, they cannot sever us.
Oh wow.
Oh, that was not cool.
Deep cuts, Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
All right. So Rickvy, on your turn, roll a death save.
So it's just a
It's just
right?
there should be a death save link on the sheet, or if not, it's a d20.
Sweet.
All right, so you take 1 failure because you failed your roll, and you take 1 failure because it's corroding you with acid damage.
Cool.
So you're at 2 failures, and if you get another failure, you die.
No.
You guys can see her; she's floating in this thing, and it's starting to like basically just destroy her armor, and her flesh is all starting to be burned.
Yeah.
Well,
It's Caravan's turn.
With my newfound knowledge, I'm going to use my bonus action and spend 2 psi points to use what's it called? Speed arrow? Speed dart, sorry. And then I'm going to shoot it.
Alright.
So if I hit with this, I do 2d10 extra damage.
Oh, that would be very useful. It's a hit. And if you roll high enough, you might take this thing out.
Roll 2
Opie, please.
10.
Unfortunately, that's not quite enough. So you rocket this this psionically powered dart, and it just goes. It hits it with the force of almost like a bullet. So it's almost like those videos you see of a bullet hitting the ballistic gel. It just quivers and shakes, and it leaves these rippling patterns in it as it blasts out the other side, taking huge chunks of it with it. However, it's still not enough to stop this thing.
Oh, damn it.
It's got a big hole in the middle, though.
Okay. Yeah, well, not much more I can do.
And the cube will attempt to engulf Bjorn.
Of course he would. Can't get enough
It's
of
super
this.
into us.
So again, you can choose to take an attack or a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Good.
Okay.
Damn it.
Oh, I don't think I'm very I don't have very
Dexterous?
much. I'm not very dexterous.
Yeah.
No, you're a big muscle-bound dude, right?
Didn't he say Kara was very close to killing it?
Yes, it appears to be very badly injured. It's got a huge hole in it.
All
where
right.
that
So this is
one good hit.
This is what goes down. I look at it and I go, "Crush your enemies, see them dream before you, and hear the loud nation of hair women, the jelly women."
Okay, the jelly women. Oh my god!
Oh, shit.
Bam.
Wow, a natural 1. That
Ooh.
is unfortunately not enough, and after you say your epic sentence, it just kind of washes over you,
Just gulps in.
Why did
Damn you to
and
hell!
you take 9 points of acid damage as it does. So you're now unconscious as well.
We're so fucked up.
Remember me!
To hell with you!
As I'm collapsing, I'm all remember me.
Oh, if all failed, I can still teleport away.
Yeah, you can. Krull, what do you do? Both of your companions are
Jesus.
floating inert in this puddle of jello.
Kill it! Kill it!
To hell with you, Crom! I...
Kill them! Raise them!
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to take one more big stab. Wait, what's the other skill I have?
And now the true test.
You can try to pull one of your friends out, or you can try to destroy it. I don't know if you have any other ability. You can reckless attack. It just gives you advantage to attack.
Oh, Jesus.
But it's not really necessary unless you roll a 1 like your buddy did.
Do that! Do that! Try to crit it!
I want to do sword spell, but I want to do it in a bigger way. So I have this feeling in the midst of battle that I could, hey puppy.
Oh, baby.
He wants me to let him go in the other room, but he's barking at the front, like the street, so I can't.
I get it in my head that I could, if I scream it and say super in front of it, it'll be a bigger hit. So I pad my chest a couple times and I say super sword spell.
All
And I
right,
take a huge swing at it.
that hits it, dealing 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And as you smash into it and you drive the battering ram through, the whole thing just quivers really violently and then collapses and it splashes and the entire ground is covered in this green goop. And all of the bones of the lion and the coins and the daggers and everything just fall to the floor. And your buddies also just kind of fall limply to the floor of this cave.
Oh boy.
For a moment, I lose myself in my excitedness, and I start smashing the walls with my battering ram.
Okay.
Sure.
It's fine, I'm
Um,
just dying. It's cool.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry,
Oh,
I
shit.
removed all of the turns. Whose turn was next?
Bjorn's.
Alright, Bjorn must make a death save.
I'm back.
Roll me a death save, Bjorn.
Which one would that be?
On your sheet, there should actually be an entry for it.
Under your hit points.
Beside your hit dice. So if you just click where it says death saves, it'll roll it for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
That is a single failure. So mark off a failure. And
Dude,
then
the gods are not smiling upon me today, for sure.
You fucking, get in line.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, we just got killed, smited by the gods.
Alright, we'll say Caravan, you can have a turn before
Cool.
Rigby has to make the ultimate death save.
Cool. I would like to try to stabilize Rigby.
It's a
Hold on.
medicine check. Unless you have a potion or a spell that will.
I have neither, sadly.
Yep.
Oh shit! Come on.
Unfortunately, because of the nature of her injuries and the fact that she seems to be drowning in this stuff that's still all in her system, you can't figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now-
And,
Rigby,
I do have a potion, but, you guys wouldn't know about it anyway, so...
oh shit. I
Okay,
have
so look.
proficiency in bloody medicine. Still it doesn't work.
Wow.
Oh god. Okay, I'm not gonna look.
Is this the end of the paladin
Rigby.
already?
Oh
Oh.
shit.
That'd be sad.
I'm not looking.
Oh wow.
my god.
That's
Did I
a
just
single
weak it?
success.
Oh,
It's a
thank god.
success. Alright, now Krull.
Shit. Crow! Worry about Bjorn!
Can I make a medicine check just to kind of...
Yeah, as you look at them, do some triage. Do a medicine check to see if you realize which one's worse off.
Okay, yeah, I want to see. If you say she's drowning, I want to see if I know she's drowning.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely.
shit.
She's definitely on death's door at this point.
It's so fucking
No.
gross.
All right.
Now that you just hold fast
I-
and expire.
I'm an old-fashioned brute, so I don't really have the tact of like holding someone the right way. So I'm going to
Pick me up by my
kinda-
ankles and shaking me.
I'm just gonna grab you. One hand is just gonna be on one of your boobs, and the other is gonna be grabbing you.
Can't hear the rest.
Yeah, all I heard was about my boobs. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Once you said boob, it
cut
was all a
out.
blur.
It cut out. It's all grab you by your boobs. And...
Thanks.
I'm just gonna say, lay on hands. I can do this.
You're just like trying to stop her from drowning. All right, make another medicine check now.
Oh, come on.
Well, you
Please.
determined. So that was just a roll to see if you helped her or Bjorn, really.
Make a boobs check.
Come on, I
Or
can do.
random.
I can do 2 in a row.
Too bad you used that inspiration. That's all right. 10 is sufficient. You stabilize her.
Oh.
Dude, you were seriously gonna inflate my character's ego if I keep getting good rolls on this shit.
It's all in the dice. So you
Actually, it's just occurred to me too. Could I have used inspiration on those death saves?
no.
Okay, good.
That's one of the rolls you cannot use it on. So the medicine check. So what you do is you grab her and you just kind of squeeze her, and she just kind of coughs up all of this green bile and jello, and she starts to breathe better,
Cool.
or at all, I should say.
Thanks.
And
It technically
you
is
guys
better.
now possess one large lion skeleton and a bunch of random shit on the ground.
Did I die?
Isn't Bjorn still?
I did.
Yeah, actually, make another death save, Bjorn.
God. Well, congratulations, you guys passed them all.
Yeah.
Loot that. Beside you is a barbarian. You may loot him.
You can have a barbarian skeleton too. That's true.
Sweet. Match set.
He has big bones.
Just for taxidermy.
I have another death save.
Somebody grab Bjorn by the boobs, please.
Fuck.
He's got bigger ones.
Grab me
than
by the pubes. God.
The boobs.
Wow.
What is up
So
with
mark
these?
off a second death save, and now Bjorn is at death's door.
Why is this? Why are my rolls so low?
Caravan, what do you do?
Like, try to stabilize him. Jesus. Come on. One good medicine roll, please.
Where's Odin?
You're
Yes!
okay. You manage to figure out that again he is drowning, and you pump his stomach of this disgusting green goop,
Okay.
and he is stable.
Oh,
Nobody died yet again.
what the hell just happened?
No, we're still like out though, aren't we?
Oh.
We're unconscious.
Yes,
It's not.
you are unconscious.
I'm talking in my unconscious sleep.
Just talking in his sleep.
So cool. We're just gonna be here dead, guys. You just
Uh-huh.
do whatever you like.
All the cool kids are doing it. Dying.
Losers,
what-
get on that level.
While we're all laying here nearly dead except for Kara, I kind of look over at him and I whisper and I say, Did you see that super sword spell, brother?
That was pretty amazing, I have to say. you certainly saved them. I'm impressed.
I finally have something I can bring back and maybe I can teach my Uncle Fester.
That's so cute.
Certainly.
Little
I'm
puppy.
sure he'll be very proud to hear of your stories.
Yes.
Well, with these two unconscious, let's take a rest, I guess.
And I'm at 7 hit points, so I pretty much concur.
All right. Is it a
Short
short
rest?
rest, or in fact, in order for them to use hit dice, they would have to be conscious. So technically, unless you have another healing, you'll have to take a long rest.
Oh, okay. That depends. Do I level up?
No.
Do I understand by now, since I've seen her do it a few times, like how her backpack works with the little furries?
With the bowels, you could definitely try it.
All right. I want us to survive the long rest, so I'm going to look for her backpack and pull out one of them and give it a chuck and see what happens.
All right,
I'm
roll
so
me a d8.
proud.
You can't be proud that you don't know what's going on.
I'm like,
Oh,
I
wait.
can feel it
I
spiritually.
gotta figure something out. So hold on, I gotta see what I can say. I can't just throw something.
Summon monster.
Oh, god damn it! It's perfect.
Yeah, that's the name of the spell.
I'm gonna put the little ball up to my mouth, and I'm just gonna whisper to it. Summon Leo 2.
No, it's Leo 3.
Leo
Oh, that's
3.
right. Oh my god.
Wow.
Are you
Yes,
kidding
I
me?
can't believe you did it. Holy shit.
Wow.
What the hell?
The
I guess there's
greatest
only 1 in
wizard.
8.
I'm the greatest wizard of all time.
Like, literally, they should make a movie with Kroll in it, a video game, fucking comic book.
I think
Oh,
there
that
is a
would be
Crawl
awesome.
movie actually.
God.
He's gonna go his whole life thinking he's a wizard.
Oh, baby.
So this
Oh,
ball,
darling.
you throw it onto the ground and it rolls, and as it rolls, it gets bigger and bigger, and then it just kind of becomes a lion that gets to a stop and then turns around and looks at you and cocks its head.
Excuse me,
Shakes its
DM.
mane
Can
out.
we put a number 3 at the end of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Leo the third. The third of his name.
Sure.
Leo, I.
Mother of God.
Right.
I
And
just
three.
can't believe you managed to roll that. That's
Rick V is
amazing.
the mother of lions.
That's
And,
true.
and I'm gonna pick Rickvy up and put her like next to Leo so they can like lay together.
Okay.
Oh.
Like he's like a bed.
Yeah.
Hey,
Alright.
don't
Misty
worry
Mom.
about my guy. I'm just dead over here. It's cool.
Yeah, you're fine.
We're orcs. We're tough. All right.
Can you put a?
He's
can
not
you,
an orc.
Can you? I'm a human barbarian.
He's a man.
But I was raised by orcs. That was the thing.
That's right.
Hmm.
Yes. You know the culture and whatnot.
I'm kind of like, I think I'm an orc, but I'm not. I'm like, oh, my skin's just, I'm albino. We're just orc ever.
Like how
Yeah.
Grohl thinks he's a wizard.
Like
What?
that movie. What was that movie with Steve Martin where he grew up with the black family? And he always thought he was, he's black, but they're all, no, you're not. He's like, what are you talking about?
Wow.
What was that movie called?
I think you may have dreamed it, sir.
That'd be awesome.
Can you imagine if they made that movie today?
Oh my God, no! It was called The Jerk. That's what it was called, and it was made in 1979.
That would make sense, yep.
Tell you what. While we're,
While you're camping, you guys are gonna stay down here?
I assume.
Just a question. No,
Just,
I
you know,
assume so.
out
no
of
import
interest.
at all.
Or
You know, no giant centipedes. Oh shit! Don't roll, James. Don't roll.
I am compelled.
Crow, what do you think?
About what, friend?
Should we stay down here to take the rest, or... I mean, these guys need to get back to consciousness.
Yeah, I don't think we have a choice.
Sure.
oh well, let's just rest down here then.
All right, you camp out.
James, I hate to do it. I really do, but I feel like my character would be so excited to roll a Leo. I think he's gonna like take out a couple of them and throw them all.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't have the self control.
Roll 2 more for me
That sounds
first.
good.
So 2 more d8s.
Come on, 2 more Leos. Oh,
Oh, we got like everything.
you
I'm gonna waste
creatures.
all her balls.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We get some
4 and
goats.
a 4 and a 5.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
A goat and a giant goat.
Dinner.
Awesome.
Do not tell Rigby.
Kidding me?
You say a goat and a giant goat?
Get the giant one so Bjorn can ride it.
Yes, we're all just gonna have animal companions.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like wannabe fucking rangers.
I'm gonna put the tiny goat near Bjorn so that he can be comforted.
Well, unfortunately, there are no goat tokens in this list, so I'm just going to...
Do a baby Leo.
Just do like I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
Like a horse or
Anything.
something.
Like a horse, yeah, or a donkey.
Goat and goat too.
Reminds me
Nice.
of, like deep down, it reminds me of living in the little orc town I was born in.
Goaty. Hey, go!
He's got to be by Bjorn, not by him.
Don't be jealous of the goats.
I am so jelly right now.
I just want to see if a giant goat is large.
That would be amazing. We like
It is.
legitimately ride
It
a,
is.
ride a goat around.
Wow,
That's
it's a
amazing.
massive goat. I gotta look at this
Nice.
up.
No, check it out. This is.
That's pretty cool.
Can it be? Let's see. Hey, can you use
Hey.
this icon somehow? This is the how I imagine our giant goat looking like. Look at him.
Oh, that's
Can
awesome.
I-
Yeah, I can make tokens out of that.
That's a
Sweet.
majestic goat right there.
Can we give the
Majestic A
DM
as fuck.
inspiration for puns?
Yeah.
Does that work against
You
us? Though?
probably would not want to
Yeah.
do that,
That
but you
doesn't seem
can.
like a good idea.
Hold on a second. You make fun of me and you say, for fuck's sake, if I make a pun in chat, you're gonna give her inspiration for it?
No, she said she's
No,
giving
no.
me inspiration.
You guys, why are we
Oh.
wasting time about inspiration? Nobody goat time for that. Okay.
Oh.
Do I have him?
That's really-
No, you don't.
Sorry,
You have negative
my
inspiration.
puns sometimes go out of hand. Sometimes.
Can you remove
Oh.
inspiration?
I've got too far.
That hurts.
You took it way too far. Man.
Bloody hell, man. Bloody hell.
That's all I got in this session. I just got like
Oh, you go.
killed.
I hate
Oh, you
to
goat?
do this,
That's all I got.
James.
What are you doing?
My character doesn't know that there's a limit to how many you can throw.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you keep chucking them out. You're like, oh, this is awesome. The next ball you throw out,
I'm gonna throw the fourth. Yeah.
Yeah, it just becomes it just rolls to the floor, and it's just a little fuzzy ball, and it rolls a little bit, like it shakes and stuff, and then it stops moving.
All right. I was gonna say, wouldn't we be able to have 4 now because we've got Bjorn, but also like we've got the bear upstairs as well, so that would be 4 technically.
Oh, you did it,
Ooh, yeah.
James. You're
Sweet.
a madman.
Awesome.
Look at that goat.
So majestic.
That's it.
That's a badass goat.
That is a fucking sick goat.
Yeah, that's a good question. What I thought was going to happen, which I didn't want to happen, but I thought it was going to kill Leo.
No, it just doesn't do anything if you summon an extra one.
Okay, so that means that third goat did nothing.
Hang on, guys. I'll be back.
Oh yeah, it's a good time to take a 5-10 minute break.
So
Because the bear is upstairs,
Sounds
so
James, real quick, as far as this stream goes, I could should I keep the stream rolling as we're taking a break, or I could stop it, and then later I could.
why don't you?
Because this stuff it's gonna be on the Twitch here. Both if I start it, if I stop it,
fine.
start
If
it.
you just
But I could splice it together as one video later and put it on YouTube. That's what I'm gonna do.
oh, you don't have to put any effort into it.
No, why don't you just
literally
keep
takes
it rolling?
Okay,
Yeah.
but if
And
Yeah,
then you
I would
can
just leave it.
cut it
so,
later.
well, this is the
Easy
thing.
for you.
I'm gonna put it on YouTube eventually, so I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna cut the dead space out. But
All right,
Sure,
it's up to you.
I'll just keep
sure
it.
thing.
I'll just keep it rolling. And
Yeah,
then
like a stream overlay or something.
yeah. So, but what I want to
Put
do
it
is
on.
put it to YouTube, and then that will be what we could really look back on.
Mm.
But yeah, just whatever you want. So.
It's awesome because I'll have a record that I can.
Right, that's what I was thinking. This is a good opportunity to have a record of each of our sessions.
Sure thing. Sounds good.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, James, she made a really good point about the bear. Doesn't that mean that the big goat isn't here, or the small goat's not here?
I believe that the bear was summoned in the night, and therefore it's still independent of this. So the bag can disgorge 3 animals per day, and today is a new day.
Wow.
There's technically no limit set in the DMG, and so far it hasn't mattered. But I may start messing with the magic of the bag if it gets overused.
Okay, well, my character just found out that it doesn't work after 3, so I'm
Yeah,
not even
you
gonna try.
throw
after
a
that.
couple out onto the ground, and they just roll around for a bit, and then they stop moving, and they become inert.
Cool.
Okay.
guys survived. That was the super hard encounter.
That was really tough, actually. That was like a 2 or 3 hit kill.
That thing is a beast.
Dude, it hit me once and it took away 20 points.
Yeah, when it hits you, it's really bad because it deals a ton of damage. And when it engulfs you, especially when they choose not to dive out of the way, it's bad.
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
But
What did I miss? We were talking about goats, and
we were
that's as far
talking
as I
about
got.
the amount of animals you guys can summon at a time.
Right, yeah, and how he thought Leo was gonna die, but it just stops summoning them, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So, did I miss anything else after that? Or are we taking a
Nope.
break?
Yeah, we're just still on a break.
Okay, cool. Then I will disappear again.
But
leave you all alone in the basement.
it's okay. I have my dog.
Yeah, that's a win-win situation.
Gotta remember not to pick my nose or anything because I'm on like stream now.
You're live.
Is it
Careful,
live,
dude.
or is it Memorex? Does anybody else get that reference, or just me because I'm old as fuck?
Probably just you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, we're live. God damn it.
That's pretty cool. I am just mainly happy that I can I just not take notes. Although rewatching a 2 or 3 hour game is probably a bit of a hassle.
But it's possible though. I should just join in as well. Just look onto the stream. You wouldn't imagine it. There's 194 people have already looked at this. Thought, oh, cool. We're famous.
We're famous.
Yeah, I was just out there and I was looking at the stream, and I know it's probably a little bit behind, but I could cut out like this stuff into another video so that you could watch. You don't have to go through like 2-3 hours stream.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I was just saying.
You-
The good thing is I can watch it while I'm at work, right? I could just have it playing.
Have you
So-
have you checked out my Twitch page? It looks pretty good. It's good quality.
I think I've watched you play something before, but I forget what it was.
It was probably The Witcher 3. I was playing that the other day.
That's right. It looks like a pretty good game.
Oh, it's
I'll have to get it.
it's such a fun game. Have you played it? Have you played?
Yes. Too much.
It's funny.
Too much.
It sucks because I really want to play the story, but man, I love that card game. Like I could just do a stream of me playing that card game.
What, Gwent?
Gwent.
It's
Gwent.
the best.
It is. I make sure.
Wait. Have you even tried Triad or Triad?
Triple Triad. That's a Final Fantasy.
Triple
Guy
Triad.
doesn't even know what it's
Yeah.
called.
Triple
Dude,
try.
come on, we're-
Oh god damn it.
Wait,
I fucking
how
love
old?
mini games and games.
How old is the goddamn game? All right.
Yeah, it's a
Old, man.
classic.
And that Triple
me a
Triad.
break.
That Triple Triad holds to this day.
The fact that I even had half the name.
I used to play Might and Magic, and I think is it 7? They've got a card game in that one, and I was just like fucking addicted to it because there's a challenge you do where you've got to go around like every city, major city, and win it in every city, and you get like a huge chest full of loot.
That's awesome.
I was
What
just
game
like
is that?
Nice.
Might and Magic.
Might Magic, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
playing Arco Mage. Fucking love that game.
You cut out for a second, and all I heard was Magic, and I was like, "What Magic game has?"
You guys all lose
Yeah, Magic the
because I-
Gathering. That
It's a-
card game.
I'm all-
Yeah,
it's a card
I
game
played
and-
the Magic.
It's a card game itself. Is there a card game in that card game?
No, there's a Magic RPG called Chandelar. That's what I played.
Mm,
Awesome.
James,
classic.
James, did you ever play Final Fantasy X?
No, that was 9 was where I stopped because
Oh
There was a game in there called Blitzball.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
I know.
awful.
Yeah,
It's
it
bloody
is.
shit.
So it's awful. It's like the worst.
That
Like,
just means you're really bad at it.
well, it's the worst side game that they've ever had in a Final Fantasy game. And I remember I put like
Yeah.
100 hours or so into Final Fantasy X, and my cousin just played Blitzball, and he saved over my save with just his Blitzball, like beginning. That's all he did.
That's awesome.
It was
Wow.
Blitzball is terrible. You just like kick the ball in the underwater. I'm like,
Anybody
so
who is
bad.
anybody who's a fan of Final Fantasy X's passive skill tree will love PoE for that same reason.
it's true.
The sphere grid.
Because it had a lot of depth.
This
That's
is
what.
awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fun.
I think.
Should have Final Fantasy X on this computer
Oops.
right now.
I only played 12, and I never finished it because I never finish games. So I get to the end, and I'm like, well, the whole point is to play the game. So then I just start again.
Yeah, that's the same way we all feel. I don't think anybody has ever
I played
finished a game.
I
played
finished
12 a
just
lot.
cause 2.
I played 12 a lot. Like I was going through 12, but I had that. It was on PS2, I think it was.
Yeah.
I scratched my
Yeah.
my disc really bad, and I couldn't go any further.
No. I want to buy the remake, but that means I have to buy like a PS4 or whatever.
I just.
Everybody should have a
Play one
PS4.
That's
fucking
right.
game.
I got the
And we can
PS4.
make a Red Dead gang when it comes out. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
That'd be fun.
I just got the Nintendo Switch, and I've been playing Stardew, and then Zelda. New
Stardew's
Zelda's.
best.
The new
Stardew
Zelda's.
is awesome.
I'd never played Stardew on the computer, and I thought it was stupid because I spent $300 on this Nintendo, and then my first game I bought was Stardew.
Yeah,
I've had like 10 minutes, but I'm gonna go get a drink real quick.
Worth
But-
it, alright.
But I got
I bought.
Zelda Breath of the Wild, and that game is amazing. It's such a
Ah.
big.
Yes, that's fucking awesome.
It's a
I've never
huge-
played a Zelda game.
This one's
Well, Breath
Actually,
of the
that's a
Wild is
lie.
like Zelda, but not.
right.
It's
I
like-
played a Zelda game on a plane once, and I don't know what the fuck was wrong with it, but like you couldn't get out of the town. Like you couldn't. I tried everything. It was a 10-hour flight, and I kept fucking trying.
This one is like
Couldn't get.
it's like an open
Just
world.
play
Like
Ocarina of Time.
it's the Breath of the Wild is like open world. It's massive.
Yeah. It's
Nice.
You can,
it's really cool.
you can climb on everything. Everything.
I love climbing on things.
Yeah.
Hey!
It's like Skyrim. You see a mountain, you
Exactly.
climb on it.
And it's like the Switch. Like bring that shit anywhere you want. Like I'm like on a break at work. I'm gonna play some Zelda.
Sorry about
James,
What are you
James,
doing
you
on
missed
the
it.
Play, honey?
that. Yeah.
Our friend from New Zealand likes to jump on things.
Yeah. It's a good
No
activity
problem.
to have.
I don't understand.
But
He's
really,
making a dirty
buying-
joke, and
I-
nobody
buying the
paid
Switch-
attention
I thought
to
that
it, so
meant
he's
that.
bringing it
I
up.
thought that meant she likes to jump on people.
Sounds about right.
like
It sounds
their
about it.
trampolines.
Sounds about right.
Don't worry, we'll take that part out of the stream. I'll admit that.
Will we? Will we really?
No, I'm gonna keep it.
Sure.
Keeping everything.
Yes, I'm sure she knows by now that this is basically a boys' club, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Just clip that.
It's alright, I'm tougher than all of you.
I think that's why we scared away. What was her name? Anubis. Yeah.
Lyra.
Are we scary? We're not scary.
Well,
No,
some of
she's-
us are.
She said stuff happened, but
Yeah, it
Yeah, no,
sucks.
she seemed pretty chill actually.
James
Yeah.
takes it personally.
I take everything personally. So, just in case you guys didn't
Hey,
notice.
Fantastic. That's great
James,
news.
wait till the time you have like there's a session and it's not that great, and then I'm like I can't play D&D, and then I leave the guild, and then you're like, what?
Oh.
And then you get unfriended from Facebook, like.
Uh,
I wouldn't do that.
Basically, just die.
Are we making a pin joke?
oh dear.
You know what's funny? I'm looking at the stream. I'm like, oh, I have two watchers, but I think that's my phone and me.
It's probably us.
Yeah.
It's like every device in my house is watching the phone. It's like,
Dude,
that's-
when you look on Twitch for D&D, it's like constant now. There's like 10 channels at a time doing it at
Wow.
least.
I
It's
did-
awesome.
That's cool though.
Yeah, it's great.
Yes.
You can all thank Vin Diesel.
No, shut up.
Attack! Attack!
Vin Diesel.
Attack!
Vin Diesel has like zero to do with it.
You should.
All right.
You should
So,
do the
luckily,
the unamused face right now.
I'm constant unamused face.
Yeah, that's his default.
So luckily for all of you, especially with your retinue of creatures now, the night passes uneventfully underground. You're pretty sure you hear some crackling sounds off in the distance, so maybe of rocks falling down that chasm, as well as potentially a little bit of a breeze once again. Some of you may surmise that it may even be emanating from the Underdark far below you. But you're
What
not
if I was alive?
if you were conscious.
Yeah.
But otherwise, each of you can once again gain the effects of a long rest.
Sweet, so that's full hit points, right?
Full hit
Or do we
points,
have to roll
and you
dice?
get 1 hit die back, and any spells
Sweet.
exhausted, and special
Yeah,
abilities
because I
as
did
well.
so much.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I just spammed this Twitch stream to the few channels that I have. Hopefully, we get like at least 2 more viewers, man.
Let's see.
And then
Other
they'll
than-
tell 2 friends, and then they'll tell 2
Hey,
friends.
If I see that
Pay
thing
it
go up
forward.
from 2 to like 4, I'm like, oh, don't forget to subscribe to my Patreon. Help me pay my bills.
And Patreon.
Buy me a coffee.
Yeah.
It's only a coffee a day.
The more you
Oh.
donate,
The
the more
tip
you
jar
off.
rolls out.
I got like 5 streamers at one time once, and then someone commented like "fag." It was my brother, and I'm like, God, man, like I can't.
Your brother.
Yeah.
This homophobia is just running wild.
I'm all people would come in here and see that and get the wrong idea about my stream. They'd be like,
Yeah.
everyone just comes in here and makes fun of this guy.
Is that not the point?
Yeah, welcome to Twitch. What are you talking
I
about?
know.
Yeah, welcome to the internet.
I'm sensitive. Yeah,
But it is 2018, so you would think that there's a bit of a
right. How dare you?
more of
say
a
that?
handle on that sort of thing. But anyway, so yes, each of you can now fully heal.
Sweet.
That means you,
Deal.
Bjorn.
Cool.
24 hit points, boy.
So there you go. Yes, and your group of animals, the goats are kind of keeping to themselves off on the one side. Rick V, you wake up and you're like engulfed in like warm lion flesh and fur,
I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
and
to
then
myself,
you realize that you're
internally, I'm
laying
like,
on
holy shit.
a lion bed.
Yeah. I cuddle him a little bit, and I
Smells
cry a
of-
little bit into his mane, very quietly.
Smells of
where
rich
nobody
mahogany.
can see me. It does. It really is quite majestic. And I give him a piece of jerky.
He whispers to you, "Everything the light touches is yours."
No, no.
Wouldn't he be like Aslan? Because he keeps coming back from the dead.
Yes.
That makes sense.
I like Lion
I don't
King
know
better.
any. I don't know any Aslan quotes though.
No, me
Aslan-
neither.
Aslan quote. "Ah, I'm Aslan."
You're pretty much it.
I'm Aslan. You know how much he always used to say, "I'm Aslan."
Yeah, like all the time.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Rick V will be a little bit subdued and thoughtful as she awakes,
All right.
and then she'll be like, just sort of like get up off the lion and look at the goats and be like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant and put all my gear except for my battering ram on the giant goat.
All right.
Cool.
It's a great idea.
It's kind of difficult to do because you don't have any like saddle or anything on it.
Hanging from his horns.
Yeah, horns.
You just kind of like set it in between the horns. All
They'll
right.
probably try and eat it. They're goats.
So the lion. So all 3 of these animals are under Krull's command. Actually,
Mm.
that is true
Wow.
because he's the one who summoned them.
Animal whisperer.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nice.
I'm also gonna go like before I really come out of my contemplative mood. I'm gonna go around and just like gently sort of clap everybody on the shoulder and make friends with the goats.
All right.
And it's me upon awakening.
Sure.
I'll just blush a little bit through my green and it was nothing.
Oh, he's so cute. I give him a big smile.
time, die a little slower. Okay?
I'll do my best. I will really try
Good.
not to die so fast.
Good.
Me too.
And what did we miss? Did anything else happen after the ooze? I don't. I mean,
Whoa.
that's as far as I got.
Wait, did the goat just leave? Like, did he just get up?
The goats are just standing there watching you all.
Well, the little baby goat
Goats.
was with Bjorn.
Oh, okay.
He might have
He
woken
was
up.
like a pillow?
Mhm.
Actually, Bjorn was the pillow.
That's Goatly. His name is Goatly.
I wake up, I'm all, what happened? Who's this?
And it's just like,
Oh,
You're probably tries to like eat your beard or something, because that's what goats do.
I go, we have the same beard. And I give him a big old hug. I love you.
Aw.
Bjorn,
Why are we so cute?
Bjorn may be a vicious barbarian, but goddamn it, he loves animals. He loves every animal. He just wants to pet them all.
Would you say he's a barbarian?
Bob.
Oh.
She needs inspiration for that.
If I had
No.
inspiration,
I've already
I'd
got
be-
inspiration.
we're getting into negative XP territory here.
Oh shit.
Shit. Okay, sorry.
Hey guys,
Okay, anyway. Focus
let's
up,
all
focus
not.
up.
Let's all not pun anymore.
This is not very fun. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Sounds like an idea.
But I'm so good at it.
We got to get going.
Oh. He's not
Almost
lying.
sound like a.
You
Almost sound like I.
lying around.
Sound like I was like Keira Knightley for a second. We go to get going. Or, like I don't know.
That's
what
where you go
Keira
to,
Knightley would
Keira
say.
Knightley?
I
Not
don't
like
know.
a male celebrity or anything?
No, because I love Keira Knightley.
Alright, fair
That's
enough.
fair. Oh dear.
Let's go. Let's go. Alright, let's
Well-
go.
So, there's only one direction you guys have not traveled, aside from the giant chasm that leads into darkness.
So are we going down here?
Which, metagame-wise, I will tell you, leads to an entirely different campaign that I'm not ready to run yet.
That's fine. It looks fucking scary. I get the
Okay.
heebie-jeebies significantly looking at it.
Yeah, it's like
Where's that
a
west?
chasm into the underworld.
Sure.
Yeah, like that's.
Yeah,
Like
That's-
Underdark?
potentially,
Yeah.
yes.
Underdank?
Ah, cool.
Yeah,
The
Underdank.
Underdank.
Throw
Yeah.
Oh,
elves?
let's jump down.
Yeah,
I
drow
like
elves,
take I
mind
take Leo 3
flayers.
up and we like sniff it and we like look at each other and sort of growl and shake our heads and we're like
Mhm.
nope.
Sure.
Let's go back to where the bear smell is coming from, which I guess is this way.
Oh wait, he's up to the front. I gotta put him in the back. There we go. Boom. Are you jumping on the lion again?
Fucking A, I want to jump on the line if I can jump on the line.
Technically, he doesn't allow you to mount him.
Oh,
Can
that's
I?
okay. I'll just walk with him.
May I take out a little bit of my hempen rope, tie it around Goatly, and take him with me everywhere I go?
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Am I allowed to relinquish
Yeah.
control of
Okay.
like these creatures? Can I give them
You
owners?
can say so. Basically, they're magically
Compelled?
words. Compelled. Thank you. To do whatever you tell them. So you can say follow her directions now or something. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm gonna do even cooler. I'm just gonna go up to it and whisper in its ear, and then it'll start following Rickvy wherever it goes,
All
wherever
right.
she goes. And then
Fair enough.
for Goatly, I'll do the same thing. I'll just whisper in its ear, and then it'll just always be near Bjorn.
Okay.
Sure.
Mhm. Right.
So you guys
Um,
head down this passageway then? With
Yeah,
your
and I'm
animals
being
in
like
tow?
extra cautious. Not like paranoid, but I'm just like I'm being careful now instead of being like
Yeah.
headlong.
So
I'm not
once
being careful at
again,
all.
yeah,
Just
it's
walk in the front.
the entire hallway has been completely cleared of all debris, as
Sorry,
if it
Ted,
was
I'm tagging
burned
you,
away
sorry.
by acid.
Yeah, funny
And-
that, huh?
Okay.
Yeah,
makes
and
sense in
again,
hindsight.
Oh,
it does stink like stale beer and ale.
no.
And you
Yeah.
see a large stone door down at the end of the tunnel.
Righto. I'll keep pace with. We'll say that Kara and Rigby are keeping pace.
Yeah, well, the entire group, I assume, is actually going.
Do
You don't all have to move your tokens as you
do
go.
cubes hunt in packs?
That is a great question.
That's what I'm keeping an eye out for.
That like a dungeon check?
Yeah, actually, would I know that? Since I'm used to, like, mining and tunneling
Yeah, you
activities.
guys can roll intelligence checks to see if, on the off chance, if you know anything about those things.
Oh, you don't want me to.
Intelligence. Where fuck I know shit all.
Well, you do know that that was not a standard, what would be called a gelatinous cube. Probably because of some kind of mixture made it more beer-like than an original version of its type. Yeah.
Beer-like? Oh, that sounds cool.
Beer-like.
Yeah.
It was a Jello shot.
Jaeger bomb.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
Well, I guess
should
we
just
go
go
through the
here.
door.
Good old GM. May you please teleport my icon to wherever you guys are at.
All right, fair enough. Let me move all you guys that are up here. Whoop.
There we go.
Whoop.
Hey,
I
I
look
wanted to stay where I was.
I wish Roll20 had like auto follow, like, oh, follow this person.
Well, I mean,
You turn
technically,
on
I
tactics.
could give control of your token to another player as well, and they can pull you along as they go.
No, I don't need that. But I looked away for a second because I was
changed.
I was trying to get some other people to maybe check out our D&D sessions, and I look back and I'm in the darkness.
The darkness. All right. So it's a massive stone door with, well, actually, there is no ring on it because there would have been, but it has been removed. And you're pretty sure you remember seeing one laying on the floor where the cube was destroyed.
Oh.
So there's just an empty peg hole in the side of the door.
Like, go through the stuff that the cube.
Nope, nobody did.
Wasn't it? Okay, because I would have. If I was still on the floor, I would have done that.
Of course you would.
Of course
You're
I would. I'm like, oh,
dwarf.
shiny things.
So all in all, you find 22 silver pieces. I'll write it down, actually.
Okay, cool. And then I'll copy it into the party treasure at least.
Were there any +1 battering rams inside of the gelatinous
That'd be really
cube?
cool.
Were there any real shinies?
You're gonna find out.
James, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that
There you
any
go.
real shiny stuff, Kara would have taken.
Yes, the Canadian gem.
Oh, can we put the
Certainly.
circlet on the lion?
It's not big enough. The lion, you could maybe fit it on the little goat, but he has his horns.
So is the circlet the ring for the door?
No, sorry, I forgot to mention the ring for the door. It's just in there as well, like an iron ring.
Okay, cool. I probably would have picked that up, and I would have. I want to take Leo's skull, but it's like so big and heavy.
Oh, jeez. It's a little morbid.
Yeah. No, what I
I
would have
would
probably
like to
done
put
was
it on
just
as a
arrange all the
headpiece.
bones in a corner, like a little shrine of bones all together.
Okay.
Whoa.
That's my thing. And then I would have taken the ring for the door.
Alright.
Because I'm quite shaken. Does the ring still fit into the door to turn it at all?
Well, it's not like a mechanism at all. It was just pegged to the door, so you could pull on it.
Okay.
So you could try, like, you try to peg it back in, but it doesn't seem to, like, there's a piece missing. And you know, being a dwarf, that there was probably some other more organic piece to this, like maybe a piece of wood that held it together.
Yeah.
And it was likely corroded by the cube.
I'm trying to think if I would have anything that would...
Somebody might have a climber's kit with pitons that they might be able to use. You guys know
I have
pitons?
a sharp stick.
Sharp stick? Maybe.
Yep. That's all. I've got one of them. I don't know how big it is though, or how
You also
sturdy.
have a giant half orc with a battering ram.
Yeah.
I know, but I would like to just open a door for once. It would feel normal.
Just want to feel normal for once.
Yeah, I just want some normality in life here. I almost died.
I have 2 Molotov cocktails.
That's
Just burn the stone door down.
unnecessary. Oh well.
It's napalm.
I sort of heft the ring and sigh, and then I look at Krill, and I sort of like gesture to the door and bow. Like
Lightning lance! And I run at it.
Nice. Make a...
Yep,
Well,
one of them.
One of those. So strength check with advantage from the ram. Definitely a 23 is enough to crack the stone door off of its hinge and blast it inwards against the direction that it was meant to go. And as you crack the door open, you see in mid-dance upon a table in the center of this room, or in the corner of this room, I should say, are 2 reptilian humanoids.
Oh, cool.
They don't actually look
Dance?
red. They don't actually look red. Yeah, they're like holding hands and they were jumping around together. They're not actually red like you see here. They're actually almost like albino. And they're
Okay.
wearing little loincloths. You see there's some scattered weaponry on the table beside them. And they just kind of stop mid-dance and they look over. They're like, "Ah!"
Shit.
And they like scramble off the table. Whoa!
Shit.
Whoa.
Do I recognize what they are?
We just
Does anybody recognize what they are?
They appear to be kobolds, but their skin is so pale as to be almost transparent. And their eyes are giant black, like eyeballs. The entire eyeball is completely black.
Ooh, creepy.
Shoot it!
And as you enter the room, since you just kind of rush in, you see that there's another one over here in the corner between these 2 like casks, metal casks. There's a bunch of casks all around the room.
Sweet. Cool. Fuck,
Cool.
shit,
So
balls.
you know what sucks is
Are they dancing? Like, do they look drunk?
You're not sure.
my perception's so low. Like I'm like I don't think I can't do anything cool when I walk into a room. Is there anything else? Athletic? Do a cartwheel?
That'd be
Yeah,
sweet.
you can roll an athletics or an acrobatics check to do something cool.
I want to do an acrobatics.
You want to do a cartwheel into the room?
Yeah.
All right.
sure.
And be like, ha, ninja hat.
Yeah. You kind of more somersault than cartwheel. But it's pretty impressive.
Sweet.
I get the sense that they were doing like a storm dance, like a rain dance on the table, and I'm going to try to join them.
Okay.
Oh my
Cool.
god.
Oh, I know this, friends.
They both attempt to make a mad dash to the other corner where the other one is standing.
Well, I'll still do it.
And I throw my hammer across their path in warning.
I'm going to try to shoot one. 100%.
Okay. All right.
What?
So everybody roll initiative then as you
What the fuck?
do what you're gonna do.
I mean, I wasn't.
Who's
Well,
this evil old
wow.
man
one
with us?
of your companions is. So now we should probably go into combat rounds to see what happens.
What?
Nice, girl.
Die,
You
you
do your own dance
creatures!
after.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I'm just like, I want to figure out what the fuck they're up to.
Foul abominations!
Oh my god!
Okay.
Did you
Wow.
nerf my rolls or something?
No, you just suck.
I know, right?
You rolled a 2. I'm sorry. So Krull. So the timeline of what's happening. They are attempting to flee away from you using the disengage action, meaning you can't make an attack on them. However, it's your turn first. So you see them that they're about to dart away, and now you have a chance to act.
Bro hug.
So, I mean, I could technically make an attack of opportunity, or their
Well, no, you
disengage
can-
doesn't allow it.
No, you can take your regular turn. You see that they're about to run away, and you are faster than them. Like you knew that they were probably going to do something, so now you have a chance to act first.
Excuse me.
I'm just gonna use my battering ram to get on the table and just this will be fun, friends, and I'll just start doing the only dance I know.
That poor table is just gonna
Which dance is it?
You know,
The
it's like
Macarena.
Like
almost
the
like kind of
Soldier
like the
Boy dance?
Macarena, yeah. I just start touching different parts of my body. Hey!
Okay.
Sure.
I touch my ears, and I touch my nose, and I touch my shoulders.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Is that
And,
what you're doing?
and I try to keep eye contact with the kobolds so they know that I'm trying to join them, not scare them.
I feel like James is
Okay.
frozen in mirth.
Yeah, he was for a second.
It's quite
Exactly.
funny though.
Whoa.
What you doing, James? We can't hear you.
Yeah.
He lost a little bit of
Oh.
connection there.
No, that's actually a move GMs do. He froze time so that he could plan the
He just fucking
next.
stealthed right out, like.
So he could plan the next encounters.
Yeah, he didn't expect Kara to start shooting arrows at him.
It's fucking kobolds. Of course, I'm going to shoot
Hey,
them.
so we'll take
Natural
this.
hate
We'll take
towards them.
this chance to I guess pause and like take a little break. We might have another guy. You saw him. Dead. Yeah, you might be interested in popping in a sesh. Bid stuff.
Okay, sounds cool.
Oh, come back to us, James. Oh, that's right. His laptop's on the fritz, eh?
I will be back in like.
There he is.
I'm like,
How about
hey guys, I'll be back in like 5 seconds. Doesn't matter. I'm going last anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true.
What happened while I was gone?
Nothing. We were just like, oh, James is frozen.
Oh,
in time.
we
And
beat the
that's pretty
game,
much it.
James. We beat the game. We beat.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're now at
awesome.
16.
I just we
Here
just
he
killed
is.
all of them.
Okay, so I remember. So Krull, you do your little dance, make a little love, and then they just run the fuck away. And they take up a defensive position right here, the two of them. They are both wielding like little makeshift, well, not makeshift, they're like little bone spears. They seem to be made out of the spine of some small animal
Why are you running, friends?
and sharpened to a fine point. And they're just like, and they're talking to each other in their weird little language.
Yep,
Okay.
fuck that. Okay, cool. I'll throw my light hammer at the right-hand side one.
This one?
Yeah, him.
All right, a 12 is enough to hit him, dealing 5 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
So
yeah, of course.
you wind up and you hurl your hammer at it, and it hits it square in the head, and you hear a sickening cracking sound. And
Good.
you're pretty sure that you can see blood and stuff leaking out of the wound as it hits the floor, unconscious.
Good.
Okay.
And do you want to move?
Nope, I'm quite happy here.
It's Caraben's turn.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use my bonus action to enter the. What's it called? Then I have everything prepared. The nomadic arrow, psychic focus, and then I'm going to shoot the frontmost one.
All right.
Because I'm cool.
See, I was thinking of distances for you.
Die, foul abomination!
All right. So you hit this other one that's taken up a defensive position,
Okay.
and the
Cool.
nomadic arrow is just with advantage, right?
I ignore disadvantage.
That's right. Yes. So this arrow goes directly through this thing's heart, and it
Sweet.
dies as well. That.
Nice.
Another foul abomination, cleansed from our lands.
And then you can choose to move if you like.
Sure. I'm going to move. Like. Wait a second. Like, over here.
Hey, James.
That's
Yeah.
possible.
I know that kobolds are, I guess, naturally evil, but it reminds me of when we were in the Underdark and we killed off an entire like village of people just because we saw them as creatures and realized later that they were just nice.
You're getting an odd feeling that, yeah, you've been here before and done something similar. That's true.
Underdark.
Yes.
Underdark was cool because we did a lot of drugs in the Underdark.
Yeah, the Underdark is a bad place.
Yes.
It is.
Bjorn, it's your turn. Your colleagues have destroyed these two little dudes, and there's one left in the corner.
So
Madly shouting at them.
I'm gonna take one of my hand axes and throw it at his face.
Okay. So you just kind of run up and you're like, ah!
Yep.
And actually, unfortunately for the kobold, that is enough to hit it.
Oh
This
no!
current state.
Oh.
And so it hacks into the side of its chest, and the thing falls down, dead. So
Yeah.
before these things
Oh,
even
that's so
knew what was happening, they were destroyed by
Wow.
the mighty adventurers.
Guys.
That was the coolest finish ever.
I just kind of like heavily sigh and I sort of pray a little bit because I'm like, I don't really mean to kill them, but they're really fucking weak.
Can I go? So I go back. I go up to that kobold I just took out, and I rip the hand axe out of its head, and
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
gonna retrieve my
Wipe it
weapon.
off a little bit.
As
on
you
its
do
fr-
this,
on its-
Bjorn,
Okay.
as you do this, you lift it off of whatever it was standing on, and you see a large egg laying under its inert corpse, covered in the blood of
Oh,
its mother.
Okay.
It's a baby.
It's
Sure.
so it's an egg. It's baby. I love animals.
Well,
I look over at Cruel. I go, Cruel, another companion.
I'm a mommy
While
now.
while they're saying that, and I see that, I'm going to shoot the egg.
Nice.
I
All
I'm
right.
gonna try and
Can
grab
I
his
put
hand.
Can I put my hand out into the way of this arrow?
Ooh.
Okay.
Foul abomination!
Okay, so roll an attack roll, Caravan, and we'll give you disadvantage because they're trying to snatch your weapon away from you as
Sure.
you do it.
But
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, no, wait.
no disadvantage, right? Huh?
If you use your
This could-
ability, yes.
Yeah, sure. It's
No!
always active.
This could fetch some
Alright.
good coin too. Don't forget.
Fuck.
So the bolt hits this egg, and you hear a sickening crunch as the egg cracks, and little goo just kind of oozes out of it, and you can see that there was definitely the form of a nascent lizard-like creature inside.
You killed a baby.
I pick up my hammer and I want to use just like the haft of it and just like smack Kara in the back of the head.
It's
like,
you're
you
not trying to hurt
fucking
him, really, but you're just like...
No, just like
Um,
clipping him up there.
Alright, well, we'll say you could do that for free. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to smack
Like-
all three of you in the head.
No kobolds! No kobolds!
Can I pick up the embryo and throw it?
Oh
at
my
him?
god.
Like
Oh
right
my
in his face?
This is going down a very dark path, guys.
Yeah, at what point?
I should not have left this in here.
I mean, it's not possible for their alignment to shift, is it?
That is up to me.
Yeah.
Could have been worth
Maybe.
gold. We could have had a kobold pet.
Technically, you do, however, when you like sift around and you're like, picking up the cracked egg, I suppose, you find a small black, like shiny stone underneath. It's all rough and chipped,
You were thinking of
but it
Jack
seems
Black.
to be semi-precious.
Well, I'm not
Well,
them.
I
I'm
So.
gonna-
I pick it up. It's mine.
All right, you like wipe the blood off of it on your shirt,
I'm walking down
Oh,
here.
you're not wearing a shirt.
front-
on your loincloth.
I put it down my. I'm just wearing some. Nice
Put it down the
loincloth.
front of your loincloth.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna examine these little vats or whatever they are.
What is it? What is that thing though? By the way, I just put my loincloth so I could.
There you go.
I got a black onyx.
Cool.
So the vats are metal drums that appear to be filled with just
Ale?
this like lining of almost like sooty kind of dust. It looks like they may have at one point held a liquid that has since long evaporated.
So it's evaporated must from the ale, I would surmise. By the smell of it in here. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Right, I'm gonna dip my
There's still-
finger in. I'm gonna wipe some of the powder. I'm gonna taste it through all of my palate.
Sure. Kara's just still looking frantically for more kobolds.
Where are you, beasts? Show yourself!
Yeah, I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna clip him upside the head again. Be like, calm yourself.
Oh, thank you. I have a
Personally?
history with these bastards.
Yes. So roll an investigation check as you kind of hunt around the room. Caravan.
Okay, certainly. There you go. Wow,
Nice.
cool.
Yeah. You can see that they have some supplies laying around, like bits of some kind of weird mushroom-like substance, as well as bits of meat that they brought. They have some supplies that they may have used to build a little home in this place. And you can see that they have more of that that shittily made rope that seems to have come out of the chasm in the other chamber. So
Oh.
it's fair to surmise that they came up out of the depths of the earth to come in here.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
This is some.
But there were only 3.
This is some Underdark type stuff going on right here.
I look at
Certainly.
Kara. I mean,
Yes.
I would figure I'm like following him around now in case he kills any more unborn babies.
I look at the party. I look at the party though, and I go, "Well, do I have to roll something? Because I feel like my character's probably encountered some messed up stuff like this and these kobolds and going deeper into the earth. That's, is that a well-known thing? That's
Well, for you, you probably wouldn't have much experience with kobolds at all. From where you come from, you've heard of them, of course. But as for them living in like holes in the ground, you're not really sure.
Oh, we're not going to some Underdark stuff. That's out of character.
No.
That's why
That's up to you guys. I mean,
Well, I mean,
No.
we
entrance is
can, but
there.
I'm trying to see if we, any of us, or me, or any, like, I don't know if you guys know.
Would I know? I mean, I know Undercommon, but
Everyone,
that's
yeah, everyone in the party will have heard of the Underdark. It's fairly famous. You all know that it's a very,
I mean,
very
I would know.
dangerous, like dark reflection of the overworld, where evil humanoid creatures like Drow and Dwergar and mind flayers and other abominations like beholders live. It's a very dangerous place to go. It's kind of like the equivalent of Australia. Everything in that place wants to kill you.
the people too.
Yes.
Hey, out of character, I just found out today that one of the most poisonous spiders in the world is the Sydney tunnel weaver.
Um,
And it
Yeah.
it blew my mind because it's like they just
Funnel weaver?
they just chill in the backyard. They're everywhere.
yeah, they do. Or gumboots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have big
Yeah, they're fucked up.
fangs.
I lived in
Okay.
Australia for 5 years. It was dope.
So let's see. Kara,
So,
you.
I was gonna say, like in character, Rickview would look at Kara, looking around and looking at this rope that they've found, or like he's found and
Yeah.
recognizing. And be like, if we recognize it as the one that was going down, it would like we need to go back and just cut that line.
Yes, certainly.
Good idea.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
before we do
Alright.
anything else,
So you do that. It's easy enough to do.
Yeah.
In fact, you
Go
can
up
just
to
pull
it.
the piton out and pull up the whole rope or throw it down there
Yeah.
or whatever you want
that would be ideal. Yeah. And then come back, I guess. And I noticed that Quill looks kind of down. So I
Nice
just give
moral quandary.
His
Yeah.
his thumb's
He's a
not as
murder
up.
hobo.
His thumb's not as
That's
up as
awesome.
it usually is. It's like half.
I
to.
know,
It's like
it's
half.
like-
It's like half.
It's like
yeah.
this.
I
He's
give
like,
him a pat and a little rub on not his back, but
You know what's,
I
you know what's
try
funny
as
is
hard as I can.
Kroll on his cam. He looks like he's using some like 1990 Walkman headphones.
I know, right?
Like they use it like it's plugged into a cassette tape or something. Like a little.
Wait, can you guys see Ted? I can't see him anymore.
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
Oh
refresh.
well, no, you disappeared.
Yeah, I
He's
just
refreshing.
refreshed.
That's because I banished you to the Underdark.
To the
Managed.
Underdark.
Yeah, I can't get
Yeah.
him. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't need to see his face.
So,
There he is.
DM James. So for my background, I know that on my I mean, I don't know if this is allowed, but on my voyages with ships and stuff, when people have ran off with gold and stuff from us, when they have gone deep down into caves, we don't pursue because we've heard the rumors.
Yeah, it's dangerous proposition going into something else's lair, especially for you're used to just raiding.
So Bjorn says, "You guys, I got a bad feeling."
Well, we're not going to follow them. We're going to cut them off.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, you guys go and take the rope out.
Good
And,
idea.
Get on
that's,
now.
These
that's
creatures are-
you would assume the end of that.
Well, yeah, and I'm gonna be extra doubly careful, like I wasn't already from like halfway dying. Going forward.
Jello.
Alright.
And I guess we go to the next door.
This one does have a ring on it, so it's easy to pull open.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
And
Oh.
I will do that.
Give me the
now.
map.
There we go. There we go.
Give me the map, TM.
Nice.
So, as you open into this hallway, it does look very familiar. You killed an animated suit of armor down in this southern passageway
Yeah,
here.
I was gonna say, do I recognize the location? Okay, that's cool. And we
Yeah.
didn't go up because we
Yeah.
went backing around.
Yeah, that's when you guys
Right.
left. And actually, now that you are in this area, you can hear voices singing, echoing through the hallway, and it's
Oh,
like
good.
it's like little high-pitched, nasally voices singing in concert, and they're very discordant.
What
And
language is it in?
it's a language that none of you speak, I believe.
Does it sound like the kobold chattering?
No, it's completely different.
So how would we know
This is-
if it's singing? Is it just like an
It's
opera, or
it's
is it?
still melodious. It's like on your ship if a bunch of guys got drunk and were singing a sea shanty together, but a lot of them didn't know the words or anything.
That's a perfect example, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, that makes sense.
I guess we proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Do you guys hear that?
Yep. I nod and I just go shh.
Actually, yeah, okay, no, never mind. Yeah, so as you get to this point, you realize that the sound is coming out of this hallway. Like it's echoing from that direction.
I tell them everyone hold back. Are there any rocks or any large objects nearby for this next corner?
Hold on. I'm
Yes.
going to give you a Molotov cocktail.
Oh yes.
Telepathically say to you, do it.
I'm gonna throw it down that hallway.
Fuck yeah.
Can I
Yes. So I stand.
also can I use divine sense right now as well?
And if they don't
Yes,
hit
you
anything,
may.
if they don't hit anything, it should at least light up that area.
So
From
where are
I'm
you
sitting.
throwing this?
From
Like just down the hall?
Well, yeah, from where I'm standing, like as far as I can throw it. What do I roll?
Yeah.
Okay. You won't need to roll anything. However, I will use one of these dead bodies as the fire that burns.
As you do.
Wow.
Okay.
Um.
There we go. So we could
Oh
see.
yeah, I see.
That burns for a little while. You can see that there's a sickly green light emanating from within this chamber as you hear the song, and it smells. And you can see that there's a little like green haze all in the room, in the massive chamber that's up ahead. I think some of you can actually see the remnants of some. They look like almost like little railroad tracks,
Yeah.
but they seem to be out of repair and like kind of thrown around the room and ruined.
Right, and I don't sense any celestial feed undead or consecrated or desecrated ground.
No.
Okay, fuck it.
Yeah.
Does. Okay. So we can see pretty far. I guess it's okay to go in, but I don't trust this shit. But okay.
No, I don't either.
I'm going in.
Where are the animals?
I'm gonna stand by this burning flame.
The animals just follow you guys, so they're behind you in the hall.
And I see whatever the fuck that is over there. At least myself. I don't know if my character does.
Yeah, so you see those tubs in the north?
Mm-hmm.
So there are these massive vats that you assume would have been used to cook ale and mix it. And that's where the light and the smell and the sound and everything is coming from. You see in these bubbling pools of green liquid, there are tiny little winged humanoids just kind of like laying in them like little hot tubs. And they're singing with each other, and every once in a while one of them will go under the water and come up and he'll burp, or he'll like shoot some of the liquid out of his mouth at the other guy, and the other guy will be like, ah.
I asked the party. I go, is it magic?
Are they
You don't
within
seem-
60 feet of me?
Is there
Yeah,
a
they
detect
are
magic or
just-
something?
They're just beyond 60 feet away. That one is 55, that one's 60, and that one's 60.
And they're not imps or anything like that?
Sucks being barbarian.
They are not
Podcast
imps.
anything.
They are imp-like. However, there are two red ones that appear to be almost made out of like some kind of molten material. And then the two other ones are very wispy and white and almost cloud-like. But they are solid.
And nobody recognizes what these are at all.
It would be an Arcana check if anybody's trained in Arcana.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't think that I would know them at all anyway.
Nope.
Jesus.
Sadly, I'm not. But I have
Or-
4 Arcana.
Possibly religion. If you're trained in religion, you could roll that too.
I mean, I am a paladin.
Yeah.
I think so. Real talk.
I'm a trained in religion. Fuck yeah.
I
I
think
could
I
do
messed
that.
up on my
Oh,
rolls somehow. I have nothing. Like,
Oh.
literally nothing.
No, you're a barbarian. You don't have a lot of knowledge-based skills.
I could throw axes
Um,
like a motherfucker, though. That's for sure.
So, Rick V, you're
Yeah.
pretty sure that these are denizens of elemental planes. However, you're not
fuck.
sure exactly what they are. You think that they're just extraplanar beings.
Oh shit.
I just look at I grab everybody who's in reach with me and I just shake my head and start trying to pull them back.
Oh, yes, and you see scattered in front of these tubs are all kinds of little copper tablets, which you would recognize as what dwarves use to record things on.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of like tablets with writing
So-
all over the place.
So can we do this? Draw the copper right there. Like that. Does that work?
There, yeah, perfect. And then you
Sure.
see, of course, that there's a big like exchange/pump/tank mechanism over on the far side of the room, with
Yeah.
some pipes that have been haphazardly reconstructed to
Be hot tubs.
reach over to the vats.
Kara.
And the whole
More
mechanism
flame.
is giving off like this sickly stink and smoke and everything.
I'm
Going
like,
to give
no,
them.
no,
I
no.
wanna
pull back,
throw another.
pull
I
back.
wanna throw another fireball at it.
Fuck yeah, I'm going to give you my other.
I take another
Molotov.
Molotov.
So
How,
No,
in order
I am-
to throw it,
how
you'd
close
have
can
to-
I get before?
you'd have to move up to about here
Okay.
if you wanted to throw that. And you can get there in one turn and throw it, and potentially surprise them because again, they're singing and they appear to be inebriated. They may not realize that you're there until it's too late.
Let me look at my.
Listen up. Listen.
I'm sorry.
Listen. You go up there. Throw that Molotov onto them. We go back here. Go back into the hallway and lay an ambush. That sound like a plan?
This sounds like a plan to
No,
me.
no fire, no fire, no.
I'm looking right at Carago. Great idea. If anyone
Cool.
wants to stop me, I'm going.
Stop.
Which square
A
was
bit
it?
cruel, like,
Right here?
please.
Right here.
Yeah, pretty much
Oh.
right on these, yeah, anywhere there, and you can try to throw it.
I'm
So
gonna
you're just trying to hit
throw it
these
from
guys.
right here. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it into that area. Yeah.
Fuck.
All right.
I'm
Oh,
going to go
fuck.
back. Going
Okay.
to
You guys
Gesture.
better have my back.
like.
I look back and I don't know if you guys see me, but I wink.
Cool.
Does that do
So-
anything though? This is just I just throw it.
Oh shit.
Go.
Yeah, because you have an eye patch, so it's basically like blinking, right?
Yeah, it is.
Fuck.
That's how I wink though. Don't make fun of me. I'm
You
handicapped.
wink with your bad eye that's not actually there. so nobody knows.
Just getting ignored. Oh boy.
I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
Like,
Wanna
fuck
go
you guys.
back.
So I'm throwing this shit. I mean, right? Do I roll something? Or is that
Acrobatics?
Yeah, roll like you're throwing an
Strength?
axe, basically.
just a
Yeah,
great
I'm
axe
gonna
or a
go
hand
s-
axe?
Hand axe. Because it's a range attack.
I'm gonna sidle up, like,
All
be
right.
flanking this
you hit
cruel, and I've
them.
got like a.
You
Yeah.
hit the barrel, and these are big wooden barrels. And as it hits the side of it, it starts on fire, and it crashes
can
in
see.
this loud sound. And they're both like, "Ah!" And they freak out. Both of them jump up, and now you can roll initiative.
Fucking all of us.
Everybody.
Oh, but we're not even. They can see us.
Oh, you don't have to roll initiative if you don't want to act.
Oh. Well, you
Where'd
know.
it
Wow.
I'll just battle axe it up over here.
Fuck.
Battle axe them a question. Okay, so
Uh,
the fire hits this red one that seems to be made out of some kind of molten material. It doesn't seem to really care too much.
Yeah, funny that.
And the other one, the same thing occurs. They're alarmed, but they're not injured as the fire like kind of splashes over them. And then, of course, as the barrel starts to be burned, the liquid comes out and it quashes the fire. It just like puts it right out. And then they both fly up. So the ceiling in here is about 15 feet high. It's like the biggest chamber, and you can see that there's a big scaffolding on the one side by this machine that reaches up to the ceiling, and there's like some big like containers and stuff, and like a mechanism, like a chute leaning off the side. That must be where they used to mix the ale. Anyway, these guys,
Weak
they
arrow.
attempt to get out of the vats, but Bjorn, you're still quick enough that you can act first.
So they're trying to get out of the vats. Can I see them? Are they?
They are all aware of you.
All four
And
of
they
them.
are
Okay.
they're yelling to each other in their strange language.
I should probably do some acrobatics and fucking cartwheel back towards my party because you guys are in this
Just
too.
leave. Just
Well,
peace out of here.
Because if I stand there, I want to throw my intuition to throw a hand axe at one of them.
Yeah, you can do that.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna throw a hand axe at that one.
Are they gonna have permanent disadvantage for being drunk?
It's possible.
Oh.
It depends on how drunk they
That'd
are.
be really-
I'm gonna throw a
really
hand
nice.
axe at that
Okay.
one.
So
I may
roll
die
the
right
hand
now.
axe roll.
This is like the most I've ever done. So.
I'm just like holding on to
Oh,
the
did I
lion's mane,
miss?
like going,
Damn
oh
it.
shit, oh shit, oh
I think
shit.
I
Yeah,
missed.
that's a miss. It just kind of thunks into the side of the vat. And you
I'm
can
actually
now
good,
take a
yeah.
move action if you want, Bjorn.
Yeah, I would like to move. How far can I go? I want to
6 squares.
do a quick move. I have a lot of acrobatics.
You can move 30 feet if you want to go back to here or anywhere else in the room that's 30
Fucking
feet
come
away.
back
Right
towards
there,
us.
right there. I run back there, and I'm not afraid. I miss, but I'm flexing in front of this doorway to protect all my little party members back there.
Yeah, you better.
I got you
Okay.
guys.
Cool thing.
They might they might get to you, but they have to go through me first.
You hear them all. They start chattering in their strange language, and they all start to laugh collectively. And then the two wispy
Oh.
steam-like ones. Oops. They get up.
Next time
How
it's going
heavy-
to be us.
By the way,
Ooh.
how heavy are these railroads? Here, can I lift that?
They appear to be very heavy. A lot of them are fully constructed. This one flies out all the way up to the front here, and then casts a spell.
Sweet.
It becomes blurred, so the steam just kind of discorporates quite a bit. It becomes blur and wavering as you look at it, and it looks like it's almost in 2 or 3 places at once.
So it just looks like a normal drunken session. That's a good time. Cool.
Yeah, and then this one flies straight to the south here and disappears around a corner.
Okay.
And then it is the red one's turns. This one flies into a corner. And this one flies behind this machine over here. And then it's Caraben's turn.
Cool. I'm going to use a bonus action, spend 1 psi point to use the speed dart. Then I'm going to try to shoot that one.
The one that's up in front?
Yep.
Okay.
By the way, if I make bad decision, it's my dog's fault. See her? Look at her. She's like, do it.
So
Yeah,
that
that's
hits,
fair.
right?
That is a hit.
Cool. So I get another D10. D10. Wow, nice.
Alright, so you smash this thing with the bolt and it almost knocks it out of the air because it's just kind of hovering there with its steam-like wings, and it's like, ah! It did not expect to get hit by anything. It seemed pretty confident. And it just kind of like flaps around. It's like,
That's the noise it makes.
that's the dog.
Oh, that's cute.
Alright, Caravan,
Yeah.
you can choose to move if you like.
Cool. I'll move a little, like up front.
Yeah, go on.
I'm
Then
not that worried.
it's Krull's turn. Krull the Magical.
Do you know what the distance is on a javelin? Is it
I
30?
believe, actually, if you click on test roll, it'll show you the range. So just click it and it'll roll it in the chat.
Wait, you can do test roll?
Yeah, if you say I'm just doing a test roll, you can just be like,
Oh.
alright, this, yeah.
I am just doing a test roll.
So there it is,
Yeah,
30
yeah.
feet within regular range. And then anything beyond 30 feet up to 120 would be at disadvantage, but you can still use it. That's what that means.
All right.
So technically,
Uh,
you'd have to move up a little bit, otherwise you'd have disadvantage, basically.
Yeah, just like 2 squares.
Kroll is
However,
going.
after you do that, you can always move back.
Kroll is going to go into a premature rage Almost
Happens
like
to a lot of
something is
guys.
like something's bothering him that is unrelated to this fight.
Oh,
I
interesting.
love that
Yeah.
Kroll character so much.
I
Yeah,
know,
he's
it's
great.
so cute.
He's got
He's
so
so
many
magical.
deep demons, and he's so nice.
And he's just gonna start screaming, and he's gonna throw a magic missile at this thing.
Nice. That will definitely hit. And it basically pins it to the ground as the thing stops moving.
Wow.
So it's now staked out on the javelin, stuck to the ground.
Hey, real quick, I thought
Jesus.
Kroll was a barbarian. Who else is a barbarian?
Oh, he's a little bit of everything.
Oh man, that's tight.
He's a jack of all trades.
He's deep. All right, so Krull, do you want to move at all, or do you want to stay where you are?
I'm gonna run at it.
Okay.
How far can I go?
That's my role model.
You can go 6 squares. So you can get to like here if you go straight ahead.
All right, cool.
All right, Rick V.
Well, I'm gonna move very carefully around here.
Are you though? I felt very scared that I was about to get exploded that whole time because you're all, no, don't die.
I don't know what they were, but they look elemental, and it's like freaky enough. And that was 15 feet, so I'm just gonna move another 10 feet up this way, and that's my turn.
Okay.
Back to Bjorn.
Cool. Do I have any
Learn.
more? So where's the other ones at? I don't see them.
They all
Yeah.
scattered.
Cool. So
They all flew in different directions.
I yelled to the others here. We got one of them down. The other ones have scattered. We should group up. What do you want to do? Group up or leave? Chase them down? What was the rest of the party?
But we
wanna
can't
do?
talk back because it's not our turn.
Okay. So this is what I do. I'm gonna. So how many feet do I get a turn? It's like
6 squares, and you can still take an action. Or if you do nothing but move, you can move 12 squares. So 30 or 60 feet, basically.
I stand next to my good man, Kroll.
All right.
Let's see. I was using my ruler. There we go. I stand next to him. Kind of want to start like a little, a barricade up.
All right.
Just
Good idea.
Yeah, just to.
So you
the
use
front
like
line.
the dodge action, so if anything tries to attack you, it gets disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so that happens, and then this happens. This little thing flies out of the corner, and it points its hand at Rickvy, and it's like, burn, 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 in common.
Fuck.
And I
Ring
need
of
Rickvy
fire.
to
Yeah.
make
Oh,
a...
God. He knows Johnny Cash. God, let's go.
It knows Johnny Cash. Make me a Constitution save, please, Rickvy.
Constitution save. Okay. Fuck. That's terrible.
I think I
All
passed
right.
my curse on
For
to
a-
you.
Fucking dwarf.
You take 5 points of fire damage as your armor begins to glow bright red, and it burns your
I don't see
skin.
how. Damn it, Bjorn.
I'm all, what? Sorry.
Little do they know, I'm ready for this.
Well, it's your
fucking
turn.
kill me, bitch.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to
Well,
some
I
carry
am.
I'm looking forward to some carry shit
Whoops.
right now.
Oh, look, that's cool. Shows me where I went last turn. That's really neat.
I hope you
Oh,
have
the
some.
space bar, yeah.
I hope you have some.
That's-
Never mind.
That's really good for me because I have some
You can
abilities
teleport
that
around the room.
Nothing personal,
that-
kid.
I have like a specific ability that teleports me to a space I've been before.
That's
So,
awesome.
do I see a creature here? Can I walk?
You
up
can
to here?
see this one up here. You can see the edge of it, but it has cover against you if you stay there. Yeah, now you can see it fully.
Okay, cool. I am. Oh well, I'll spend another psi point for my
All
bonus
right.
action. And I'll go shoot it again.
Shoot.
Shoot!
That is definitely a hit. Dealing
Nice.
how much damage? 10? Or more?
Plus 1d10.
Oh,
So that's
right.
another 4.
Wow, so this psionic bolt just like slams into this thing and it's like
Wow.
it's taken a lot of damage, but of course the bolt burns and melts away as it hits this thing's form because it is basically a swirling mass of magma.
Okay.
Or since it is below ground, so it is still technically magma at this point.
Yeah.
Okay,
lava.
sure.
And then it's Krull's turn.
I'm gonna reach the first creature and pull out the javelin, and then
Nice.
I'll throw another magic missile in the corner.
Okay. That is a hit.
Every time you say magic missile, I just
So did you say
Imagine
you were in a
cosmic
rage
hit.
or no?
Yeah, he's in a rage.
Magic missile!
Does that affect thrown weapons? I believe it may. I think it does. I think it might be only melee attacks, though I could be wrong. Let me look that up really quickly, since I have.
It's a difference of 2 damage, so yeah.
Yeah, it could be all the difference though in this case.
Hey, see me.
Melee weapon attack using strength. Yeah, so no.
Okay.
All right, so you deal 6 points of damage. This thing looks badly wounded, as if 2 more points of damage would have killed it. And
As if exactly 2 points.
yeah,
Hey guys, it looks
almost
like
as
2
if
points of
exactly
damage.
2 points of damage.
And then can I run up towards it?
Yeah, you can continue moving up to it.
That's my brother.
All right.
I'm gonna try to get up these barrels.
Okay, then it's Rigby's turn.
Alright, I'll go up to it and I'll hit it with the Great Axe.
Okay.
Be like, I'm gonna say, sorry, no hard feelings.
Whoosh.
Okay,
So you swing and you cut this thing in half, and it sizzles as it hits the ground in clumps of magma, and it just kind of like hardens very quickly as it cools, and it is dead. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. I got some business.
Sorry about that, eh?
Yeah.
As my bonus action, I'll
We can go to
myself. I'll just
We can go to Timmy
say a
Thornton's
little
after this,
prayer.
yeah?
That'll be
What do you-
good, thanks, yeah.
Okay, you guys, that's not how we sound.
So the routes are closed, so we can't
It
go
is
that way,
how
but we
you
have to go
sound,
the other
James.
way.
I lived in Vancouver for a year. That is differently how you sound.
Gosh
Okay,
darn it.
well, how do I
Oh
sound? I
sure,
don't sound
James.
like that.
Sure, James. Oh sure,
Sure,
you
James.
betcha.
Oh, sure,
I
yeah.
do not apologize.
You from Saskatoon?
Saskatoon? Nobody's from Saskatoon.
Hey, I never met anyone.
I actually do know somebody from
I'm-
Saskatoon. It's the greatest accomplishment of my
Yeah,
life.
so do I.
You should move to Duluth with all the other angry people.
Oh, Saskatoon.
So, Ricky, what were you doing as a bonus action there?
I was just praying over it. And being
Oh,
like,
okay, so
fucking,
just-
I didn't
All
mean
right,
to.
fair enough. Sorry. Okay.
Skip my turn. That's cool.
What? Skip your turn.
You just skipped me. I was next.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, yeah?
Go ahead.
Oh, you apologize.
I mean, no, if you don't want me to go, that's fine. I'm just kidding.
I do. Please go. Away.
God, so that one's dead. Hold on, let me go. Where's Chambers Richard's Facebook? Unfriend him real quick. I'm just kidding.
Uh-oh, unfriend.
Just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm
Leave it
sorry.
alone.
Hey, I kid you guys. Yeah, I got some jokes. I've been, I smoke dope in the weeds. Just kidding. I don't.
Yeah, well, you can do
Some
that
of-
in Vancouver, yeah.
Sure, but it's
Some of that
expensive.
wacky tobacco.
Yeah, that.
Oh,
wacky
yeah,
tobacco.
everything in Vancouver is expensive.
Right behind old Bob's barn. I tell you. Anyways,
Decent.
The amount of damage that you guys are just racking up is
Oh, dear, we're gonna have to go to the
absurd.
Ivan Home and drink it off.
so
$3 jugs, don't you?
you know what's funny? I grew up in Minnesota, and they sound just like that.
I know,
Minnesota.
right?
Yeah.
Minnesota, yeah.
God, they're the worst. They'll deny it though. At least Canadians
So-
like, yeah, maybe. Minnesotans are like,
More importantly,
no, no, we don't sound like that. No, that's not right. That's not
Go
right. No, that's just wrong. Anyways, so
What do you do?
that's been cleared. I'm gonna go forward 6 squares. You said
Yeah, you can move up to 6 squares.
Right there. And then I'm going to get in defensive stance. Arr!
All right. You run out into the center of the room, and you hear a tiny voice yelling a battle cry as it flies directly toward you. It's like, "Ah!"
I'm a barbarian. That don't scare me. Oh, little frog man coming out. A little meme. Ree! Normie, get out. Alright.
So it flies up to here, and then it opens its mouth and it exhales this massive cone of steam in your direction, Bjorn, and you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no! Why does it have to be dexterity though?
Are you sure you wanted to take your turn?
You brought this on yourself.
Yeah, I know. It's okay, guys. Dexterity.
Oh yes, and Rick V, make a dexterity save as well, please.
Okay.
Did I die?
Shit, bastard. Wink it. Oh dear.
Wow. All right, Bjorn, you take 1 point of fire damage as you slightly singe your elbow
So does
on
it?
this hot steam.
So does it just graze off of me? Kind of like it
Yeah,
almost makes me feel like when I was branding fucking giants on the orc farm. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, you dive out of the way just in time, but it does manage to hit you. And as for Rick V, as this pool of magma like congeals at your feet, it explodes,
Oh,
and
fuck.
some of the
Here I am
chunks
praying
fly
over
and
your
hit you.
body and you.
How did it hit me and Rick V at the same time?
No, it's
This
the
is
other one
two
that I
separate
killed.
things.
Oh,
Yeah,
for fuck's
two
sake.
separate
And Rick V, you take 5 points of fire damage.
And I yell again, damn it, Bjorn!
For this, since
And
I'm all
then-
sorry.
Sorry. This one flies forward and lets loose a breath of like lava in Bjorn's direction. Make another dexterity saving throw, please.
God, Odin save me.
Oh, could I have used inspiration on
I got fucked on that one.
that? I wouldn't have helped anyway, because
You could have done it, but you would have wasted it, so it's lucky you didn't. You take
Yeah.
almost minimum damage from that one, Bjorn. 3 points of fire damage.
I'm so buff.
And then it's Caraben's turn.
Okay.
Strangle these things.
Certainly.
Shadow, dispatch these thugs in brutal fashion, that all may hear of our arrival.
I'm going to shoot the closest one.
I don't want anybody to
Alright.
hear of our arrival.
And as a bonus action, I'll spend another side point. Hold on.
Okay.
To use the, what's it called? Speed dart.
All right. On
I
this
love
one?
that thing.
On this one.
All right. You hit it.
Cool. I do another 4 damage.
All right. It is wounded, however, not gravely, and it just kind of floats there and flaps its steam-like wings and glares at you menacingly.
Okay, cool.
And then it's Krull's turn.
Where did that lance end up? Is it like in the wall?
You missed?
What?
Did you miss or did you hit something?
Oh, I hit it. Remember, I was 2 points away from killing it.
Oh, so it's right here? Roll me a d20, please. All right. Yeah, it's just laying on the ground right here. So you need to move like 5 feet to pick it up.
Alright, I'm gonna run up and grab it.
It's 5 feet.
And then can I see from here the ice creature?
You can see whatever you see, yeah. They're made out of steam, actually. However, with a javelin, I believe it was 30 feet. Okay, so yeah, you
Well-
could attack this one from where you're standing.
Yeah, I'm still enraged, so it would be advantage, right?
No.
Or it would be negating disadvantage?
No.
What?
Your rage allows you to, if you use reckless attack, that gives you advantage on melee attacks. But for thrown weapons, there's no way you can get advantage right now.
Okay. Well, my character doesn't know that, so I'm still enraged, but
Yeah,
I'm just gonna run up.
Throw it anyway.
Yeah.
The worst that can happen is you miss.
Yeah, true.
All right. So since you're a half orc, does that affect ranged weapons? Let's see.
Good. That's good.
Savage attack. Oh no, it's all melee. You're all melee. Anyway, it does manage to hit, dealing 9 points of piercing damage. And this thing's like, ah! And it seems now badly wounded. However, it's not dead.
That'll end up right there.
All right, then it's Rickvy's turn.
Okay.
Shoot.
Alright, so I'm gonna move to I think here. Radio. And I'm going to me light hammer to throw at it. Okay.
All right, that is a hit, dealing 4 points of bludgeoning damage and knocking this thing off of its wings onto the ground. Off of its what? Wings. Yes.
Yeah. And as a bonus action, sort of like very like
and it explodes in a puff of steam and disappears. And then it's Bjorn's turn.
I really want, so there's this one right there. I take out my great axe.
Alright.
And then, how many, so, of that, barbarian, what's that called, that special ability? I've only did it once, right?
The reckless attack or the rage?
The rage. I've only did that once, right?
It's a new day, so.
So can I,
again, either way.
So can I want to get some Barbarian Rage and then rush forth and strike it with a great axe. Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You run screaming at it, a battle cry, and swing.
God, this is gonna be a shitty roll. I want. Oh, wait, is it bad?
A 10. It flaps to the side as you almost crash into it, and you don't manage to hit it. And then it just kind of flaps around your face and it's like, and it attempts to claw your eyes out.
Snot boogers at it.
It hits armor class 13.
For one thing, GM, I have an eye, not eyes.
That's true. Then it's trying to blind you.
Disadvantage.
What's your armor class there, Shane?
I see. 14.
Okay, then it doesn't manage to hit you. So as it's trying to claw you with its feet, you like smack it away with the axe. You're like, ha! Whoa! Then it's Caraben's turn.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just looking up Darkest Dungeon quotes. Okay, I'm going to let's see.
That's usually quotes about dying, right?
There's a lot of things there. Going to use another 2 points.
Ooh,
big
points. Spender.
Oh yeah, and I'm going to shoot the
only creature left alive.
Yeah, the only creature left alive. Just.
Oh, that's a hit.
Oh yeah. Plus. Wow.
Dang.
All right, you hit it square in the face, and the bolt just kind of destroys its head.
Cool. While that happens, I'm going to shout out, "Another abomination cleansed from this land!"
I'm gonna get that.
As that happens, it explodes into a shower of lava, and Bjorn, make a dexterity save, please.
Oh.
Hey, Kara, you just. Hope you don't kill me. Dexterity? Just the click dexterity or the saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw. So this one is the saving throw this time.
I'm not very dexterous, y'all.
Alright, you take 5 points of fire damage as the thing explodes and disappears.
I must have some sick scars on my guy.
Yeah, that's like
Another one
lava burns, man.
falls.
I'm gonna check out my new lava burn tat, yo.
You've been branded by lava.
Actually, that is pretty cool.
A victory.
Right, I'm gonna lay
look-
on hands
I look
myself
over
and
at
regain
Kara, I go,
5 hit
check it
points.
out. You like it?
Yeah, that certainly is very impressive. Oh, well.
Can I retrieve my light hammer?
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to look at whatever copper things up here.
Copper?
Just remember that it was copper.
Yeah, it's all copper plates, like dwarven books, basically.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Can we
Cool.
read them?
Yeah, absolutely. If you speak dwarven, which I think a couple of
course
you do.
I do.
Certainly.
I'm a dwarf.
A lot of
Certainly,
it
I have my
is
self-proficiency.
in inventory and bills of sale and just like tracking expenses and whatnot. You do, however, find, and it seems like it's been slightly damaged because magma-like hands have been touching it, a copper plate that does tell you the recipe for Stonehammer Ale.
Alright.
Cool. Sweet.
How we can get drunk, guys?
I would like
I
to
will-
copy it.
Yeah, we'll do like a rubbing of it.
Do these?
All right, I will add a handout to the handouts that you can now see,
Cool. And I'll take the original copper.
and that's of course clay, but it's copper in reality.
Do these creatures have
Cool.
any like special features? Maybe a jewels on their forehead, like a familiar somehow.
These little dudes,
Yeah. Were they flying?
No,
Were they familiars with like the jewels? Or
they've all disappeared. They all exploded after they died.
cheapskates.
Hmm.
Even in death, they run away.
Oh, where's the map gone?
Sorry.
That's right. Can I like examine the tubs and try and see what's been done to them
Yeah,
damage-wise?
absolutely. It's like a green glowing. It looks and smells somewhat like ale, but it seems very caustic and gross.
I look over at Cruel at the other side of the room. I go, hey, check out these new scars. What do you think, man?
And just then, 3 giant creatures storm into the chamber.
Oh, fucking balls. Oh, it's
But
just
it's your
out?
buddies.
Okay.
I go.
Fuck you, James.
I go, Goatly, come here. Hey, Goatly, come here.
Goalie runs over.
I'm also kind of
stroke
low-key
his
looking for
head.
a way to like drain the tubs somewhere. Like if
Yeah,
this
there
area
are
has-
little stoppers in the bottom where you can open them up and empty them out onto the floor.
But are the drains clear and stuff, or am I gonna be like wading in caustic fucking ale?
What's in
Well,
those?
that's a good point.
What's in those
yeah.
barrels?
Yeah, there's a bunch of barrels stacked over there on the side. There is no grate on the floor in this chamber. However, you can see that it does kind of angle slightly to the north, so you assume that there might be some kind of grate somewhere else.
Can I try and find it? I don't want to be letting acid out on the
Yeah, there's another doorway up there.
up here. Okay.
Yeah. And you can hear that there's like steam. There's like steam coming out of this little pipe here, and it's
Yeah.
it's just kind of like the pipe goes like beside the door into the other chamber beyond that you can't see.
Right.
Are there any miscellaneous items around, like large sacks or anything, like bags?
There seem to have been several different barrels and crates and stuff in this room. A lot of them have been kind of cracked into, and there's like all these old like powders and ingredients kind of laying around. It all seems to be either spoiled or very old. Like I said, there's a big scaffolding in the far corner of the room where there's like big tubs and pipes and stuff, and it's all ruined. However, as you search around, you don't really find anything else of value.
I run over to the barrels, and Goatly's still over there, and I go, Goatly, charge, and I want him to hit those.
Oh, you wanted to ram into the side of the barrels?
Yeah.
Oh god,
Right
I'm gonna
on.
get back out of the way.
He runs to the barrels and slams his head into the thing as hard as he can. And you all hear a cracking sound as the wood breaks.
Oh, good.
And this green dust just kind of like spills out onto the ground. It's just a little bit of dust that was inside this barrel. And then the other 2 barrels roll off. one of them like bumps into Leo, who just kind of like growls and walks away.
Something heavier in that barrel, friends.
Oh dear. I'm cool.
Cool.
So there's nothing really untoward else in the actual cabin. It's just sort of we
You
gotta go
don't
through
think
the
there's
door.
much else here? Yeah.
So those really were just barrels. I thought I was gonna unlock a secret. I played too much Zelda, I guess.
Yeah, there's no rupees or anything in there.
No,
Seriously.
you just get mauled.
I've been playing too much Zelda. Every barrel, I'm like, hey, bust that.
Smash!
There's no empty empty grain sacks where they.
Yeah, there are several actually. Yeah.
Well, let me. I'm gonna grab those.
Okay. What's Rickvy doing over by that door? Are you trying to open that door?
Yeah.
Make a strength check.
Oh, okay, a strength, just straight strength. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right. You push on the door, and it takes some doing, and you hear this grinding sound as you do. And as you keep pushing harder and harder, you have to put your shoulder into it, and it slams the door open. And then I need you to make a dexterity save, please.
Oh, why would you do that to me? You're so mean.
You're the one who opened the door.
Not so terrible.
All right, so you smash the door open, and just as you do, you hear this weird hissing sound, and a pipe bursts, and you see this big keg on a track just kind of rockets toward you, and it flies across your path, and you manage to jump out of the way as it goes across the hall and slams into the wall and breaks into a million pieces inside.
Holy shit.
Damn.
But you open into a big, chamber that angles downward about 2 feet into this massive grate in the floor, and you can see that it's stained from years and years of ale being run down here. And you see that the track leads out in that direction as well. However, down at the end of this tunnel, it seems to be kind of caved in.
I feel like this is where they make Coors Light for sure.
Ooh.
Or
Yeah,
Budweiser,
definitely.
like some shitty beer.
Budweiser.
But
Okay. Can I see what was in? Was there anything in the barrel that went shooting across?
No, it's again, it got a bit of that green dust in it, but it's otherwise empty.
Mm-hmm. Right. Do my tiki tour up to the tunnel and see that it's caved in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not interested particularly in restoring the brewery right now, because it would take a bit more manpower and specific knowledge than I have.
And a long time.
Yeah, with the manpower to do it. But I would like to go back out.
We should certainly turn around. We are finished here. Yes?
Yeah, I'd still like to finish looking around and see if there's anything else. I mean, it would be kind of nice.
So you want to just kind of hunt around for other stuff?
Yep.
Okay.
Up here. But there's nothing, is there?
We won't make you go through room by room and roll by roll. You guys kind of scan the area as much as you want to. Again, aside from that chasm that leads into places unknown and this grate, there doesn't seem to be any other way in or out of here anymore. And you don't find anything else of value. You've pretty much cleaned this place out. So I believe this is probably a good place to call it a night.
This is a good spot to call a night. This is a good session, man.
You guys do, however, have to leave Leo the Third and Goliath down here.
Can we take
as they are?
Can we take Goatly though?
Yes, he is small enough to fit up the tunnel.
I am gonna
shoot.
Can I carry Goatly the way?
Oh yeah, you can put him under one arm. He's a regular sized goat, so he's only about 60 pounds, I think.
I love Goatly.
Yeah, he's a good little goat.
Awesome.
Goatly's cool.
That's a cool name too. Who named him Goatly? Was that you, Ted?
I did.
Oh, you did? That's a pretty cool name.
You each gain 210 experience points.
Whoa!
Not quite a bit,
Awesome.
but I still.
Actually, you know what? You can have 200 more each for completing the finding of the tablet.
So 410 altogether.
Yeah.
Is it?
Okay.
Hey, James, are we running
leveled
a like an Excel spreadsheet somewhere where we can track this stuff? Or
No, not this time.
I could put that. I could put. Well, I could talk to you tomorrow and give me details. I could put that.
Yeah,
together.
we can work it all out.
Okay.
210.
I do love Excel sheets.
I will put that Excel spreadsheet together.
410 altogether, so we should be at 1288.
Because
Yep.
I don't know where I'm supposed to be at
Cool.
as far as the level is. My shit.
You'll be the same as everybody else, even though you missed some of it. I'll let you have what you missed.
What
but
level is
in
everyone
the
else at?
future,
Well,
So
now
we
at level
would
3, I
just now
think.
be level 3.
Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do for next session. I'm gonna work with you, James, and I'm gonna get a spreadsheet together so that we can put those experience points in.
track your loot and your XP and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
that.
You,
I
Oh,
do
we're getting
love it.
cool.
you know what's messed up is we were only 22 points away from leveling up last session.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were almost there. The first
first
2 levels are almost like 2 or 3 sessions apart, and that's it.
So it can go two
Sweet.
ways though. I could do the Google
Well,
sheet.
level 3 is where you each usually choose your specialty now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting a Mystic Order
Wait.
feature.
Do barbarians get a
And-
specialty too, or do I just throw axes still?
No, you now have to make a choice of a primal path. Either the path of the berserker or the path of the totem warrior.
I think I'm berserker.
Berserker is the easy one. It just makes you like bigger and badder.
When I think of totem warrior, I think of Path of Exile, and I'm gonna cast a totem out, and it's gonna.
Yeah, totem warrior gives you like supernatural abilities.
Oh,
Yeah,
totem
you
warrior
can-
for sure. Hey Ted,
Yeah, it can look
I'm a
like
totem
1 mile
class.
far. That's fun.
I'm a totem
Sweet.
class. I think I'm gonna do that. So
I'm
I could
excited for my oath.
I could put up a
Oh boy.
like Google Sheets type of thing. Easy for this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you remember I have
Yeah.
Google Sheets for party loot and XP
Well,
and everything.
for a second, I was almost thinking of something even crazier because I'm, a programmer. I was like, I could put up an Azure server with like this, like tabs. And, like, no, I'm not gonna. I was
Yeah,
like,
you
no.
could.
I could.
You can
But
put as much work into this as you like.
I could actually.
Boy.
I could.
I'm awesome now. Oh, I get so much stuff.
Yeah, level 3 is pretty big for most characters.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
stoked.
could double the Psy points. That's awesome. I can use like Psy limit. My Psy limit goes up to 3, so I can do
Especially-
even more shit.
Especially barbarian, man. I was like, that's why it was such a kind of like a Neanderthal. I was like, there's nothing I could do but hit things with my knife and my axe.
That's why I was so careful.
It's cool.
So,
I only died almost once. Okay, so
Oh,
I'm not
sweet!
going-
I'm immune to disease. Sweet.
nice.
nice. All right,
I'm
everyone.
not going to roll for health, so
Hey.
I'm.
Everyone say goodbye to the stream. Say bye.
Goodbye,
Goodbye,
stream.
stream.
Bye bye.
Goodbye
Bye.
to myself
Bye.
in the future
Yeah.
that I will be watching this.
I put
Yes.
the video fully together tomorrow for you.
Right